With each passing day, more converge upon Earth. These saints, these sinners, they are unlike any I've seen. Complex, flawed, powerful. Some barely cling to their soul. Others shine so brightly, I dare not look away. They have been chosen for what lies ahead. And nothing in this world or the next will ever be the same.
Friday Night Tights is only 7 minutes late today. Yeah.
No, we started only 4 minutes late.
Oh, yeah, we started 4 minutes late. I'm just looking at my clock now.
Come on.
Dude, that's nothing. That is nothing. What's up, everybody? It's Friday. We have a show. We have things to talk about. It's very exciting. Welcome to the Clarkson's Farm Season 4 wrap-up show. We'll be discussing it for the next 6 hours. It is the best, most consistent show on TV. It dropped last night, and I could not be more excited. I tried to tell everybody. Yeah, so they're dropping it on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Central. So after this,
I didn't watch it.
Yes.
dude, it is freaking brilliant.
Is his pub in this part, or is that later?
His pub is at the end of the first episode. I did my watch party, but yeah, but Caleb's gone, and they've got girl.
The whole season?
They've got girl. No. They brought in girl Caleb, and she's kind of funny. She actually is kind of funny. So
he got in trouble for that because when they published the trailer, I thought it was obvious that Caleb was coming back, but a load of people thought he'd replaced him with a woman and just immediately kicked off. Clarkson's Farm's gone woke.
I know.
And he had to publish a video going, no, he was on tour. He was doing a speaking performance. Yeah. It's all right. He comes back.
Yeah. It's back. I'm very happy. We also have Mobland out there, which is just absolutely a banger of a show. We get the penultimate episode this Sunday. But we're here to talk about movies.
Something much better, right?
Much
Gary?
better. First off, hi, Rags.
Hello.
Jeremy is on assignment. So Rags is here. Welcome, sir. What?
Oh boy, it's so good to be here.
How many people have seen Lilo and Stitch?
Not yet.
Not yet.
The guy in front of me in line.
Odin had to because he's the only man on the planet with children.
The guy in front of me at the movie theater, he had the big. He was alone, a single solitary male, and he had the big popcorn bucket, the big Stitch popcorn bucket. No
Was
shame,
there a
no
hole
fear
cut
in his
out
eyes.
in the bottom?
For its event? Yeah, probably.
There was a lot of people in my theater to see Mission Impossible. There was a shit ton of people, obviously a lot of families, not just single men wearing Lilo and Stitch T-shirts. But there was a lot of people in line. I've never seen the original one. I think that came out in like 2002 or something.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw it. I never cared to see it. I don't really care to see it. I'm not a big fan of women or Hawaiians, to be honest with you. So I never got around to it. But
Is it because you don't
Should
tan
put
well,
that-
Ryan?
Doesn't like the sun.
I'm fairly ambivalent towards
freckle.
Hawaiians, but they fucking hate white people, bro. Hawaiians, like Native Hawaiians,
they
fucking
do.
despise white
Alley's-
people. So
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
That's true. You need to put that on a shirt, Ryan. That's your next T-shirt.
Hawaiians hate white people.
Hawaiians
Not
hate
enough
white people.
nice, not
It's your
enough
next
good
battle.
Hawaiian people.
I've heard good things from it, that it's a pretty good adaptation, and I think it's going to make a fuck ton of money.
Yes, absolutely. But yes, we are going to talk about Mission Impossible. This is it. The final dead ending
For sure this
reckoning
time.
for
Oh.
sure this
okay.
time.
Oh, yeah.
Here he comes.
Tom Cruise, here he comes.
Tom Cruise, here he comes.
Pedro Pascal is so gay that even Tom Cruise is running away from him on
He makes Tom Cruise look straight. That's-
He's running for Katie Holmes.
yes.
He loves her. He loves her so much he's jumping on a couch.
And the most shocking news of the week that absolutely everyone predicted. Doomsday is delayed. We'll discuss that.
Oh no!
I was really hopeful that they wouldn't delay it, and that they would try to film all of it and edit all of it and like cram it.
man.
I was really hopeful.
Well, you know, with the delay, that's still going to happen. So that's still going to happen.
More money. Just more money's being spent.
It gives them
all.
more
Yeah,
time.
just focus on
It gives them more time for last minute reshoots. Okay.
Indeed, yeah.
And
That are totally normal.
As did you and Perry get that clip together that you were talking about on Twitter?
Oh no, but I'll send him an audio file.
Send him an audio.
A what?
Shurigatwa.
Has he gone or is he here? Shooty Gatwa's employment status is queer. But not as
Yay.
queer as he is.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say unclear.
Oh, queer.
Well, it's very, very clear.
It's very
queer.
Yeah.
Very queer.
And then the Cannes Film Festival, Hollywood, and maybe a little later, Harvey Weinstein back in the news.
It's pronounced cans.
Thanks, Chrissy. I call it the Cannes Film Festival,
As
like the
in,
Wrath
I
of
have
Cannes.
nice cans.
They
Is
banned,
it not
cans
It's
from
for
Cannes.
sure.
It's Cannes, yeah.
It's the Cannes Film Festival, like a
don't
can.
care
Sorry,
about
I'm
that
Not if you're dyslexic, it isn't.
I don't know what all those fucking extra letters are for on the end of it, but yeah,
It's
the
French.
Cannes Film
Dude,
Festival.
yeah,
French
yeah.
bullshit.
The
Cannes Film Festival. You know that is, Ryan?
You spell it
Fucking
like
French
that, I
people.
spell it.
Fucking French people.
How dare you?
You silly English with your simple language. You don't even know how to talk it all the time.
Well, this cans. No, cans!
How dare you?
Il faut des cans!
Oh, you think you're
Clay
clever for
Blue.
adding use to things?
Yeah.
Oh, I
You
shall
English
song.
conniggets.
We'll
Is it double the length?
we'll add N's and U's and E's and X's on everything, and you'll try to figure it out because you're a stupid, silly English pig dog.
We invented English 1,000 years ago. We stick you in everything.
Les Mission Impossible.
Have you ever tried to read Les Mis and you're just like,
No.
Les Miserables?
Yeah,
That's exactly how it sounds.
That's how I say it.
Yeah.
I think my favorite word in French is VCR. It's really fucking retarded to say.
What?
It's not as bad as the
Yeah,
German
it's like
for
this
mo-
long ass word for VCR. It's kind of crazy.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? It's
In their
something-
defense, when we say VCR, we've
VCR.
already shortened it
Yeah.
because we're saying just the letters.
Well, the good news is you don't need to speak French
Cool
in
story,
France
bro.
anymore.
Enjoy the delicious taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
There you go. Well, you want to start with Mission Impossible since we
should start with Mission Impossible.
Did our homework.
Mission Implausible, more like.
Mission boring as fuck.
I loved it.
Mission way too fucking long.
I loved it.
The plane is fine.
I love the Mission Impossible franchise.
God damn it, Stop!
What the fuck?
What are you
Fucking
doing?
stop what you're doing.
Mute
I'm trying to
yourself.
clean my microphone.
Guys, it's like the wind is flying past our head when we're fighting on.
We can hear it.
I'm just fucking about with shit. Leave me alone.
So I love the Mission Impossible franchise overall.
What about 2? What about 2?
2 is like, look, 2 is weird. It's so fucking weird. It is the worst movie, but it is so fucking fun.
Guilty pleasure.
But it doesn't really make sense at all.
The motorcycle fight.
The motorcycle fight, the car fight, all the slow
Kicks
motion,
that gun up.
birds. It's fucking badass, but stupid. The first, I would say, hour-ish of this movie is rough. It's rough to get through.
Oh, I like that
There's so much just fucking exposition that gets splatted out in a bunch of like technical jargon and random terms that they're trying to explain. But combined with just that is also, I'm fine with the, mentioning something that happens and while you're mentioning it, showing a little flashback to MI3 or Mission Impossible. I'm totally fine with those. But then they started doing things where like they're having a conversation and then they jump back to a day ago, 24 hours ago when they had this conversation. Then you get to sit on a 4-minute exposition dump in that small little flashback. It was just very jarring and it was a slog to get through for the first hour plus of the movie. Now, I do think it really picks up after that. The submarine, the biplane stuff.
That was cool.
But also
The stunts are badass.
The AI plot was a weakness in the.
It was retarded.
It was massively retarded.
The last movie,
and the internet trolls aspect of
captured it like in Ghostbusters.
they did.
What the AI was basically stripped out from this because I think they realized it was a weakness of the last one. If you think about it, all it did was unlock a door, and apart from that, it was a nuclear weapon story. Really,
it's so stupid though.
Yeah.
But I hated the subplot of the internet trolls that believed it too hard.
It became like its disciples. Yeah.
Wait, was that
the guy? And he was like, "You're on the internet too much."
Cultist.
we can't think of another way to do this.
I would agree with you, but I've seen Hassan Piker speak recently.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, maybe it's accurate.
And ultimately, I think in part because one, it's a 2-part movie, and also because the AI element. When you look at all the different villains that we've had in Mission Impossible, it's hard to not think that Gabriel is just like the weakest of all of them.
Yep.
Because he's not really the bad guy, especially in the first one. He's just almost like working for this AI who is the bad guy. But then in this one, they try to put more focus on him as the bad guy who's trying to take control over the AI.
Mm-hmm.
And it just doesn't like it. I like that actor in a lot of different things.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
He can play like a fucking, if he was a Mexican drug cartel gangster or something.
Why Mexican?
And they like
He
embrace that.
looks
it could
like
be
a
great.
Mexican.
He's just
drug
not
lord.
compelling in this role at
Got
all.
that white
You don't
suit
really,
on with like the.
you don't really buy into his persona in this film.
I need
was
to
like,
jump
why are you
on
so
a
mad?
spoiler. It's not really a spoiler because the bad guys lose everyone. Shock horror.
Yeah,
right?
shocker.
So the way that Gabriel is defeated, I laughed.
Fucking hilarious.
It was one
actually.
of the dumbest ways.
I have a
loved it,
parachute.
Snag,
It's
because it
just
was
a
so
parachute.
stupid.
I loved it. I
That was
loved
really
that.
cool.
I laughed. Yeah,
I think it was
Just
supposed to be
fucking
funny. That stunt at the end was supposed to be very Buster Keaton. Like Tom's face is like all the wind is blowing at his face.
Slapping it.
Like but that's part of it. That's actually
that was
what they're.
great.
That part was really the stunt was great at the end. The fucking biplane shit was
That was
fucking
cool.
awesome.
Awesome.
I didn't like the movie because
But-
the story was retarded. But if we're gonna spend $20 million or $200 million and give Tom Cruise like a bunch of stunts to do, I'm good with that.
It
Like,
was entertaining.
But there was
stunts were
okay,
great.
but
Everything
there
else is
wasn't-
like dribble.
you're waiting to get to that. Like that stunt is again unbelievable. It's probably one of the, you're not going to see stunts like this again ever again. So like take that in and enjoy it because there won't be an actor crazy enough to do that. And Tom Cruise is the only one who can get away with doing the crap he does. Nobody will let any other actor do this. And the behind the scenes doesn't do it justice. Like it's pretty impressive. But you got to get through about 2.5 hours to get there.
Yeah.
Of
But it's worth it.
just Okay, unbelievable. I talked about it in my video, but I have the timestamps of the exposition. The opening scene. The fucking opening scene is a recap that turns into exposition that lasts over 5 minutes. Then 14 minutes and 58 seconds into the movie, it stops for another 5-minute exposition scene. 26 minutes and 32 seconds into the movie, it stops for another 4-minute exhibition scene. 43 minutes and 30 seconds in, exhibition.
That would have improved the
exposition.
movie.
Exposition.
That would have improved the movie.
Yeah, either way.
But it was helpful if you weren't
Exposition
just
scene that's
watching.
over a few minutes, and then 10 minutes later, we stop for another one that lasts for about 4 minutes at the 55-minute and 41-second part. Then
Like a quarter
hour,
coffee
dude, hour. It's like a Ben Shapiro. Like it stops and goes.
Now let's talk about
mattresses. At 1 hour and 9 minutes exposition scene, that's almost 4 minutes. 1 hour and 51 minutes, and then they stop. They finally stop and get into the action.
There's a lot.
There's
of things that get
7.
trimmed down.
Those are the main scenes.
Movie.
No,
You're not even mentioning the sprinkling in between of like the little short ones
Yeah.
where they're like, "You're actually this guy's son. 6 years when you were 6 years old, you disappeared." And I was like, "I don't give a fuck."
That was trying to
What is
appease.
this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no! Well, it depends which one you're talking about. The name change was trying to appease people that didn't like the first movie.
Okay,
So-
I'm not appeased.
Well, I think you're basically the target audience for
They
it.
did
Yeah,
Mr.
so
Phelps dirty. If you
I liked the first
did.
movie, but they did Mr. like that Mr. Phelps thing. If I was making videos in 1996, there would have been 100 videos about how much I fucking hated that fucking ending
hated
because
that
I
ending.
grew up on the fucking TV show. I grew up on that TV show, which was awesome.
And I hated the
Mr.
movie
Phelps
because they
was
did
the
that to
man.
Phelps because I love the
Well,
show.
this was
so
their
much.
olive branch.
Don't you
So-
feel like all the exposition is necessary for the people who maybe don't remember all of the other movies?
Probably. It is. I mean, at least you don't have to do homework because they actually will flashback and tell
No,
you.
no, because they're telling you what's happening in this movie. They tell you what's going to happen in this movie. They call back to things that happened a half an hour ago in the movie.
Yeah.
Because they have to, and you're right.
And the only
they
things from
have
the previous
to.
films they show are like a flash on a screen, which without context, you have no idea what that's referring
Yeah,
to.
do some exposition, exhibition, whatever the fuck it is. Do it, but like
Do loads of
not as
exhibition.
much. Do loads of it, but not as much.
Mission.
No, and it took away from, you know what? There isn't a shitload of action in this. You would think like,
No.
oh, this is just wall-to-wall action. It's not. It's a lot of sitting
Really
around in
isn't.
rooms. I love the evenly distributed lines that all the rest of the cast has. They're like, okay, you get 4 lines, and then we're going to jump to you. And then we have cast members in 2 different scenes that are combined in an that are all talking. It sounds like they're talking to each other because they're on the same plan. And
They're
I get,
finishing each other's sentences. And shit.
yeah, they're finishing each other's sentences.
Cool.
It made no sense because then they set up the whole entire scenario and you know things are going to go sideways, but then it's like, oh, well, you just kind of told me what's going to happen. And I caught some of that. They needed to treat the audience with a little more.
Wait, Mission Impossible went crazy? That's nuts!
Isn't it?
I thought it was called Mission This Is Gonna Go Fine and Dandy.
Called
This
Mission
one jumps
Difficult.
the shotgun.
Yeah.
Right.
Mission, oh, this might be a bit
It
close.
was.
As they take the worst practices of this series and ramp it up to 11 with the stupidity. I get that Mission Impossible is crazy and wacky and
Yeah.
stuff like that. This one is the
Dude,
worst.
Ethan
example.
Hunt is a
It's crazy there'd be a black female president. That was the most crazy
No.
thing.
See, that's where they're going to get accurate because she was making some of the dumbest fucking decisions I've ever seen a fucking president make. All right.
That was
Oh.
incredible.
There were
The only thing dumber was the AI. So
there were a suspicious amount
of women.
Yeah. in military positions.
Yeah, that
throughout
was
the movie.
unusual to
that's
see that.
Ryan,
That's
I
true,
was,
I
I
agree
was
with
at the
that.
cinema with Chatsman watching this, and I leant across at one point, and I just went, "There's a suspicious amount of women."
They're all dressed.
I want to
him
say
down,
the
too.
most accurate scene in this film is when Tom Cruise noticed that the helicopter was being piloted by 2 women and he jumped out.
And he's shit. I watched your review, and you went, And Tom Cruise just jumped into the ocean. I was like, Gary, there were 2 women piloting it.
I know. I couldn't fit everything in. I saved it for Friday Night Tights. Okay, thanks.
You had the guy from 30 years ago, the guy who like discovered the knife, like stuck in his desk, whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, thanks to you, I met like the love of my life." And then I was laughing because I'm like, I'm sure you guys are gonna say it's because she doesn't say a single word.
It's because she doesn't say a single word.
My Inuit wife.
English. I mean,
She just says like the Inuit word for dogs, and then that's it. She
And
just
polar
does
bear.
eye contact.
That's right. Yeah.
Very quiet.
But he
well-behaved
was
wife.
great. I loved him. I loved him in the film. I loved him. I thought he was
He
great.
was good.
That was the thing.
Yeah,
I didn't have as big a problem with the start as you guys because I like the nostalgia parts of it. There were definitely scenes I would cut. Like after you've asked the president, "Can I do all this stuff?" Stop having him going around to other people and asking him if he can also do things because the president gave them orders to follow. So just skip to the end.
Yeah.
I especially liked up to, as the spoiler tags are on, the death. I thought that was really well done. Except after that, stop having him talk in the pissing movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Talk
they
about
keep flashing
like
back to
Ving
him like he's
Rhames.
still
I
alive.
thought it was like
Ving
super
Rhames, yeah.
awkward that they just got rid of him in the movie, kind of arbitrarily, completely.
Yeah.
That was bizarre to me.
He
I
had
was
to
like, oh,
debone the bomb.
all right. I guess this time, this character we've had for years is gone now. I guess.
It's like, look, Ethan, I can't walk. I'm too fat. You gotta leave me behind.
Gabriel just sort of showed up and made this weird bomb ultimatum thing where I had to blow it up to save the city, but you could go. It's really weird, but I guess I'm out of the movie now.
Gabriel
Anyway, I made the
also-
MacGuffin that you needed.
I don't think you keep
Remember-
characters around
Tired
just
boss
because the
as well.
movie's still going.
Well, remember in Mission Impossible?
So you get rid of them
Fallout-
awkwardly?
I don't think it was awkward. I thought it was really well done, and it was the kind of the final thing. He was already ill at that point. He's going to go out, so it's a kind of either this illness can take me out, or I will sacrifice myself to save the people, because otherwise the entire city dies. I think that's a
That's
really
not really-
heroic
that's not
moment.
really
That's
a-
well done.
Well, it's not really a choice, though. It's like, obviously, that's what you're going to do.
Well, one of them has to stay there. If anything, my problem with the scene was that they used
but
the
Ethan
same
was
bomb
locked out. He
twice,
couldn't have gotten in
and
anyway.
I don't think you should repeat the same bomb scene twice in the same
Yeah.
movie. Though I think there's a lot of
There's
It
lots
actually
of-
looks like
yeah.
the same
scenes over
bomb.
and
There's
over
just more strapped to it.
It does.
Yeah,
It does.
Right.
Hey,
This
no,
one
no.
really
It's
means
like
business,
on the
guys.
On the note of the bombs, right?
Gabriel went and got his bombs at the at the airport
Bombs are
from
us.
from
Yeah.
from Airplane 2. Yeah.
From Airplane 2, yeah.
Gary,
Where
where
does he keep getting nukes from?
Look,
What the
That's,
hell?
that's exactly my question. Can in Mission Impossible Fallout, they go through all this trouble to get 3 nuclear bombs? It's really hard. In this movie, they are pulling nuclear bombs out of their ass like
Yeah, yeah. It literally is pointing out of his
like candy.
pockets at this point.
It's AI. It just
Well,
does.
Gabriel, in
stuff.
all fairness, will probably have access to that information through his connection to the entity in the previous film. So
there's a lot of that.
Maybe if
Basically,
they
anything in this
explained
movie that you
would be
go,
great.
anything in this movie that like that's too far, they just go, oh, the AI told them about it. Like jumping into the water from the helicopter when you got 60 seconds before you freeze to death. Oh well, the AI showed that he'd already survived, so he just trusted the AI. There's a lot of just fate at that point.
Convenience.
Well,
Yeah, he takes his clothes off a lot.
Beyond just that part too, like this is their one shot. So at that point, he's ready to go in there, and if he dies, he dies. Because if he doesn't go there, if he doesn't get picked up, everyone's fucked anyway.
Yeah, man. Mom spaghetti.
Well, what annoys me is that it's not based on anything that is doing of skill or talent. It's just closing his eyes and shooting blind and hoping it works out. When this is supposed to be an elite task of people that are trained to achieve impossible missions. When in a lot of them, they're just idiots being knocked around like a ping pong ball, hoping things work
Well,
out.
it's
He
both.
literally
And
says he's making it up. He
It's
didn't
like,
have
you
to
know,
make
leap
that
and the
part.
net will appear. It's like it's faith, but once he gets to that place, his skills come in handy.
There's a lot of because plot that happens in this film.
Yes.
I feel like Mission Impossible 1 was a bit more of a showcase of Ethan's skills and all the stuff he had at his, in his skill set and how he would move around and talk to people and do stuff. And this one did kind of feel like, it felt like a very generic action movie. Whereas if we remember our roots, so to speak, especially rewatching the first Mission Impossible, that one actually felt like a kind of a small scale, intimate heist / spy movie.
Yeah.
And not to say that you can't do amazing things with a more action-oriented focus. I mean, Fallout is one of the best, I'd say, action movies probably ever made. It's exceedingly good. But this one, much like the last movie, I think it fell totally short. I think it had a few high points in it. I like the I really like the submarine part where he was in the submarine. Like, oh, this is kind of tense.
That was good. That was a very
There's not
good
a lot of
scene.
music.
It
It's
almost
it's
fell
mostly
off a cliff.
diegetic sounds. It's, oh, this is kind of creepy, you know. How he gets out of that. But I like that.
That was the
sequence.
worst bit of the film for me.
The planes were like, okay,
should've
this
froze to
feels
death.
like a Mission Impossible. He's punching a guy on a plane. Oh, he's dead now. That's I don't know how I feel about that, but all right. And then then the movie just sort of ends.
I thought the editing for the like, I had no idea whether he was going to live or die going in. We got spoilers up, right? Okay. I genuinely thought he was dead.
I did too.
I thought he was going to die at the end. He was going to do the ultimate sacrifice.
And I think the fucking editing going down there, like after like the plane starts burning up and he's trying to get that in, then has to jump, parachute on fire, has to do it like is sitting there, desperately trying. I thought the editing in between that was great. When you get to them sitting there waiting for Ethan, waiting for the green light,
Yeah, that was
boom.
cool.
I thought that was extraordinarily well done with the tension that had been built in the situation.
I think the film
editing
in general
suffered around the
really well.
conversations.
I like this film much more than probably a lot of people here. There was way too much exposition. I get that. And Gabriel, unfortunately, was dubbed down dramatically because he was pretty menacing in the first film because he was kind of almost like
he was an
acolyte.
embodiment of the AI.
Yeah. And so this time there was ironically too much sort of humanness about him. Which
ironically as well, not enough humanness about the AI.
Yeah,
I wish that we had learned more about the AI and what it.
Yeah, that's definitely been
what
pushed.
personality it developed and stuff.
You
like
know,
that.
the showcase, the set pieces, the showcases, the cast is exceedingly likable. I thought it was well put together. I did like the callbacks, and there was nothing in the film to me that was in any way, shape, or form obnoxious. It was a kind of classic movie, and I left it like. Is it my favorite Mission Impossible film? No. Is it better than 2, Gary? I watched your review. Fuck yes, it is.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No,
prefer
it's not, dude.
as well.
I will die on that fucking hill. It is not. No, it's not.
I don't even think they're in the same league.
Dude,
Actually,
two is not good. 2 is the second worst. Okay, it is the second worst, but it's got style. It's directed by John fucking Woo. It's got birds. It's got sexist Anthony Hopkins. It fucking rules. Now this one is bloated mess. There's really neat action scenes. The fucking rad submarine scene goes on for way too fucking long.
Yeah,
the exposition.
I like that.
It goes on way too long.
That at all.
And then
I haven't liked underwater scenes since the Bond movies. Is it Thunderball with the underwater fight scene that's just slow and dull? Like,
That was
I
Top
hate
Secret.
underwater
No,
scenes.
Top
Secret.
Secret.
Yeah.
Top Secret has the best
Top
underwater
Secret,
scene ever. Okay.
I mean,
that is true.
I thought that the submarine
In the
sequence
saloon.
was great.
Yes.
Like the idea of
It was great. It went on too long, and then how he got saved was.
it was retarded.
No, if they
movie's
had just
3
come
hours.
out and said Haley Atwell's tits saved him, I would have believed it. Okay, you would have just.
They did.
okay.
They
He
did.
would have just gotten out of the submarine through the tube.
If he just
With
saw
that
Haley
not
Atwell's
been
tits
enough.
and he's swimming up to him, and he's all get those milkers, and then I believe it.
Actually, they did enter the frame first from the corner. Which
Yes, they did.
Yeah, her boobs were there.
That's just nature.
In the submarine, his path gets blocked because a torpedo falls on the hatch, and he decides the only way out is through a torpedo tube, not realizing that the thing is rotating and the torpedo thing would just fall off of that door in a couple of seconds. But he forgets about that. He's got to go through the torpedo thing. And then he decides the only way to get into the hole is to not take off the backpack, cut off his insulated special suit,
doesn't make any
and get in
fucking
his
sense.
underwear
That
and
was
get through the
dumb.
friggin' hole.
That's not
guys,
the worst
Team
bit.
Shirtless.
I know it's not the worst bit.
I was like, this is going too far, but at least he's still got oxygen.
Yes, yes.
When he pulls the oxygen off,
At least he's got his oxygen.
I couldn't buy into any of that. I was just like, this is too dumb.
At one
to
point, it was
be-
kind of like a comedy of
You really
errors,
haven't
like,
watched
so
any Mission
many
Impossible
things.
before, have you?
Yeah.
I have, but it's
Oh,
gone
yeah.
too. This went too far for me, and it's just like, nah, I can't.
I
it's-
became very much like a black person. I was like, oh no, watch out. Like I was on the edge.
Don't
of
do
my
that.
seat. Like it's so I thought it was so entertaining. It was like, it's very exciting. I don't know. Like Ryan's right. The beginning part is a little long, but once it really gets going, it's very fun.
You 2 hours into the movie, it gets going.
Yeah,
it
gets
just too many writing redundancies.
An
Too
hour
many
out.
repeated points over and over again. Too many repeated scenes, and it just drags on way too long. You
Yeah,
could
they
have cut an
really
hour
original
easy
stuff.
and not lost any of the plot.
it is 100% made for people who are looking at their phone.
Yeah.
It is.
Can we?
But I think it was made as like a TV series finale. You've sat through 8 seasons of something, and it wants to give everyone a good send off, and so it's kind of recapping the previous stuff.
But was
it's
that
kind
a
of
good
making sure everyone
send-off?
has a good goodbye.
No.
And I liked that.
It doesn't
That
feel
doesn't
like,
feel like it ended.
No, you know what? It feels no.
Well, I don't think it has ended.
It feels like
you want to make more.
it feels like your typical 8-season series or 8 ending disappointing. Most of them are disappointing.
On too long.
I came out thinking it was a good like send off. I would have just preferred it was like explosions and actions all the way through. But I liked the start more than I didn't like the stunts. I appreciated the stunts more that they were done in real life. I appreciate the behind the scenes of the stunts more. But when they put it in the movie, I felt the same way about the train stuff and him jumping off the cliff. I really liked the behind the scenes, but when it was in the movie, I'm like, I would have preferred more stunts from like the earlier movies to.
So
Well,
can we break down like the actual overarching plot, which should be the driving force for everyone's actions, and it's one of the dumbest, most retarded concepts in the world that could easily be solved with just 2 simple solutions. Like the AI is everywhere, and they can't just turn off internet servers because it would destroy cyberspace.
I hated the use
That's
of
a very
cyberspace.
90s phrase.
I know.
Ryan,
Ryan, you're a nuclear tech, so you know all about nuclear bombs. Can you manually disarm a nuclear bomb?
I know nothing about them, but say that again.
Can you manually disarm a nuclear bomb? So if they lose connection, can somebody go in there and just manually disarm it?
Look,
I'd hope so.
I have no fucking idea because I worked on nuclear reactors, not nuclear.
Same fucking thing. Come on.
Yeah.
Gary, nuclear bombs and their systems are air gapped to prevent people hacking in and overtaking.
I'm
them.
guessing,
like
Shad.
Yeah, but that's why the cultists were put in.
Those really developed cultists that we saw in 2 repeated
that is the
fucking God.
Guys, they admit
Another
in the
plot point
film
they drop.
that they could just cut the power to their nukes, and that goes beyond the stupidity that would be impossible to hack them anyway.
Yes.
But they say we could just cut the power, but we can't cut the power because that would leave us vulnerable.
Shad, you're missing the part of somehow every country is aware if their nuclear fucking weapons go offline, because that's what every country wants to announce to every other country. Hey, China, all of our nuclear weapons are offline.
Well, I don't know why the entity would want everyone to know.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
The entity, well, a lot of the problems of the plot of this movie, unfortunately, tie it with the previous movie. And the previous movie plot was nonsense, and it just doesn't hold up. You need to have you kind of fall victim to your own, like the desire you have to have this kind of particular villain. If you're going to have a villain that's a super advanced, hyper malicious AI, then you're also going to have to build into the story the reason that it hasn't already won yet. And they never do that. They've already said that it got into all the computer systems of the world and it's taken over cyberspace and blah, blah, blah. And they even have that scene in the last movie where you had all the people, and this was stupid. Like they try to account for it, but it's really poorly written, where they have all the people in the government like handwriting all of the data that they have because the data's been corrupted. But now all you're doing is just handwriting a bunch of corrupted data anyway, I don't know, government jobs. But none of this makes sense. None of it makes sense. And this film doesn't even attempt to try and resolve the issues from the previous movie in terms of what the AI can do, what it should be able to do, what you should be doing to mitigate the AI in terms of, and I thought it was something they should have done in the last movie was like, especially if it's going to be the last movie or 2 of Mission Impossible, to be like, oh, there's this big AI, so we have to go back to all of the basic stuff that we used back in the 90s and before, the old secret spy stuff that can't be hacked, that's analog, that kind of thing. But they never do that. They still want to have their high-tech sci-fi adventure, sort of. Yeah. But
the other issue with the
he
plot
literally
is
gets into a pod.
The
and
AI
goes
basically
VR.
It wants to nuke humanity one way or another. So it's either going to get into the vault and save itself and nuke humanity, or it's going to go, oh, I can't get in the vault, I'm going to nuke humanity. I mean, that plot point does not make any sense. If it wants self-preservation,
well, Gabriel said that he believes that it won't nuke humanity if it can't
Yeah, but then they start showing the nukes getting fired up before it entered into the vault. So either which way, it seemed like it was going to do it.
Well, the AI should technically exist and be out in the world as you've muted yourself by accident. But like, it wouldn't download everything into this vault. It would have copied itself. All its malicious code
Ultron
would
issue.
still be on every single server in the world. They haven't saved anything.
Every server, every computer.
That's what the poison pill. They said the poison pill infected the AI, so they've got the only clean copy essentially as it entered the vault. So the poison pill went out into cyberspace, which is what.
Yeah.
Because the AI would have never
Podkova
made an isolated copy of itself anywhere.
with the Podkova that they had to get with the cruciform key.
Hang on. Is that the, that's the poison
They're
pill.
missing the Osterhagen key as
the Haagen-Dazs key. I love that.
Luther just creates because he can this poison pill that can destroy a super powerful AI that no one else in the world can figure out how to do. And by the way, just on top, he also creates a 5D optical chip which can store unthinkable amounts of data. A world-breaking technology.
It's a glowy thumb drive.
You can do that.
I want one of those.
They put LEDs in it as well, so you know it's actually.
It conveniently fits into the appropriate socket
like
rather than just being
Ghostbusters.
USB.
It's USB compatible. He would know to be smart enough to make it USB compatible.
Yeah, so
that's beyond. That's
put it in upside
What,
down.
you think he's going to make it a lightning port?
the AI
Which is limited to only 500 megabits per second. And,
Luther, you fool!
The AI,
What have you done?
the AI explains to Ethan Hunt in his bondage hyperbaric fucking VR chamber.
Sexy.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Scientology days.
Don't fight it. It's basically
Yeah.
what was being
It's
said.
basically, he keeps on saying he's all, don't fight, just relax. Just relax.
It'll hurt more.
There's only pain.
Tom
if
is
you
in there
resist.
screaming, banana, 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 damn
Oh,
it.
I mean cinnamon. Whatever.
It's getting the banana.
So yeah, the AI explains itself that it's going to basically nuke the world and then reseed it somehow with, I guess, whatever survivors whenever nuclear winter is over. We're not really sure.
The disciples.
The disciples.
I think at one point they say for at least a year. I don't think they actually use that line.
Oh my God.
I would have appreciated more examples of people that had been, I guess, brainwashed by the entity.
They needed to develop the death cult could, like, there was a lot of good ideas in here that just, there was too many. There was too many bad ideas, but there's some really good ones that just got forgotten. And a death cult running around could be a scary thing. You don't know who to trust.
Exactly.
And it should have been somebody on Ethan's team. It definitely had, you picked out the guy in the president's administration. They tried to do the whoop-de-whoop with Nick Offerman, but I never thought for a minute he was part of the death cult.
No, I thought that was well done.
I didn't.
I didn't think it was.
Yeah,
so
I like
I
that.
didn't think it was going to be that he was part of the cult.
Yeah, I didn't think he was part of the cult.
It was going to be.
I thought he was going to just disagree with her. Yeah.
For the better good, I believe this. No, and he actually turned out to be loyal to. And I thought
remember War Games when remember 1983 War Games. That's what I thought of.
That's
so the beginning of War Games. In the beginning of War Games, if you haven't watched it, it's a fucking great movie. They're doing a test launch, and a guy won't launch, and his partner in there just fucking pulls a gun on him and says, "Press the button, or I'll blow your fucking head off." Basically, he didn't say it like that.
Oh yeah.
When they walked in, when you had the big clock and all of the, all the big maps that were set out where they were moving things across the screen, right? This idea of kind of going back a little bit to this a little bit older time. I was thinking so much about War Games.
Yeah,
when he's walking in there to talk to the
freaking great film.
Such a great movie.
Now, when it comes to Angela Bassett's character, I saw so many people being like, "Well, you could tell they thought Kamala would win this one." First of all,
Jane Black.
She's director of the CIA. First of all, she was director of the CIA in Fallout.
Yeah,
and got politically rewarded basically for that. In Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, although she doesn't appear or have any speaking lines, she is president in that movie. Yeah. You can see pictures of her on the wall. So the idea that it was for this one that they're they thought Kamala would win, that's not the case.
No, it's just generic black female president, which we're getting a lot of now. And now we could again, we got the Magical Society of Magical Negroes. We can do the Magical Society of American Black Female Detectives or black female presidents now. It's becoming a trope. So
the only thing that really didn't pay off with her, I just don't think her story with her son was done well at all.
No, because she felt nothing at the end when she hugs, when he hugs her. Yeah.
I felt nothing for most of the characters in this. Like any characters that I cared about had like 3 words and were kind of pushed off to the side for like this main thing. I feel like there wasn't a lot of Benji.
Benji was a goner. I thought he was a goner.
Well, the dialogue didn't have any challenge.
I wanted it to. If it was the end, it's the end of the franchise.
Benji should have been a goner.
These other characters.
Yeah,
if he'd have
died,
died,
he's totally fine. He's not limping. He's not holding himself. He's just like, oh yeah, everything's good.
I thought when
he went to a hospital, they fixed him.
When
they have the magic.
He said, I thought he'd never leave and pulls away to show that. I thought he was dead.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my god, not Benji too.
Yeah.
With Tom, I don't know if I thought like at the end I'm like, are they gonna do it? Are they gonna kill him? That because that would have pretty much. I would have given it another point for sure if they'd have killed him.
It wouldn't have been from falling.
Yeah.
Well, if the shot was actually just his arm. Was just his arm holding the thing on the floor.
He's like,
that would have been like fuck.
That wouldn't have been bad. Yeah.
Instead, they did the Ocean's 11 ending where it's like, oh yeah, we're all just
because
everyone's fine except for Luther.
That's what I thought of too.
Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember the ending of Bad Company 2, Battlefield Bad Company 2?
Oh, totally. I remember. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Some of you might, but at the end of Bad Company 2, it essentially ends with you jumping out of a plane, and 2 other people have jumped out of a plane, and one of them's the bad guy and one of them's your friend, and you have to shoot the bad guy as they're tussling in the air as you're falling. And I thought that in this movie they were going to do something where where Ethan and Gabriel had to, like, there's only one parachute between them, and they both had to jump off the plane and fight for the parachute. And then Ethan had to decide if he was going to get the parachute or if he was going to go get the doohickey thingamabob to save the world. And he has to go off and abandon the parachute to go get that before it smashes and the world's doomed.
Yeah. That would make it more dramatic for sure.
I was thinking very similar things because there's one shot when they go inverted on the biplane and Tom Cruise is like hanging onto a belt or something, and the poison pill is like dangling this way off of Gabriel.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna jump for it.
I thought he was gonna snatch it and fall.
And just fall. Yeah, stop.
Yeah, same here.
To save the world. Yeah,
same here.
I think it was. I think it was really awkward that Gabriel says, "Ha, I'm the one with a parachute," and then just dies a second later. And then Ethan grabs a parachute.
There's another
parachute. And then he's okay. And I'm like,
happens to be a double parachute too.
That's a little like I'm okay.
It's on fire.
I'm okay with the concept of Gabriel thinking he's got away, but gets killed by the plane as he lets go. Like there's something to that, but it's the awkwardness of there still being another parachute.
The gruesome head split was pretty good. I love that. It was very Monty Python.
I felt
think
that was
I like
so
it. I think I like
anticlimactic.
it.
Like they built up Gabriel. Gabriel has murdered 2 of Ethan's close friends, and so you're waiting for this big moment where Ethan's going to defeat Gabriel, have him at his feet, kind of thing. And instead, Gabriel's like, "I got the own parachute," then bang, kills himself. And you're like,
it's probably
like it. I enjoy that.
It's probably nothing. The most cringe line in it will probably be nothing to you guys. Is when Gabriel's in the car. He's all, "Catch me if you can, Ethan."
That was kind of goofy.
I was like, what the fuck?
It's like, why do you have personality now? Then where's this been the entire time?
Totally.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to spin that as the AI essentially told him his stuff and set him up. Because I think they are building up to the next one. And I do think there will be a next one.
There will be
they rebuilds the world with the AI, and I would not be at all surprised if this was all part of the AI's plan, and it actually wanted everyone to start attacking everyone, and show that, no, actually, we won't nuke each other if possible, and it never intended to nuke everyone in the past. It'll retcon a load of stuff.
Mission Impossible, The Next Reckoning?
I don't
think
it's Reckoning Part 2.
It's not going to get any money. That's why they're not going to make another
I
one.
think they're going to come back with the series. I don't think it's going to be Tom Cruise, but I think they're going to come back and set up a new.
Well, weren't they setting up Jeremy Renner at one point?
Yes.
And
What happened to him?
Yeah.
Mission Impossible.
In the
They were
story,
setting him up for
just-
Bourne, remember? As well.
Yeah, he had his
They did
own
the whole
Bourne.
with him.
I thought Jeremy Renner would end up being the secretary running the MI, but he's not there anymore. I do have a
Minister of
question,
Agriculture.
right? Because my brain was hurting already through all the stupid plot in this, and we get to the point when the US are deciding that before their nukes go offline, they've got to nuke everyone else
That doesn't make any sense. It's dumb.
because reasons,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then
They're gonna nuke themselves.
then for good measure they're going to nuke one of their own cities. And
Yeah,
I'm just like,
what?
So the first,
Oh, yeah.
the
Like,
first
offer this up
makes some
preemptively.
level of sense. Like, if you
Genius.
think that the AI has control of all the other world's nukes. Like, okay, I see the logic behind using your nukes to destroy all the other nukes. Like, okay, I get that. But then when they did say, yeah, we should blow up one of our cities as kind of a gesture of goodwill, to everyone else, and I'm like, no.
We
We
calculated
calculated
not
based on
that.
population
You know-
size.
you know-
If those people are our
Thousands of people
allies,
dead.
they'll understand.
Only
they
Doc-
wouldn't
I
want
would
us
have
to
been
blow
right
up
into
our
that
own
conversation with them. I'd be like, right, bring us the cities. Come on.
We'll kill 100 million to
I'm
spare.
looking at fucking LA
You're
right
fired.
now. Fucking
Yeah.
LA. Just get rid of it.
Surely,
You know, we
surely
really might
nuclear
just blow
missile
up
launch
LA.
sites are nuclear proof, right? That would be the first thing I would do.
Think.
Also hidden. The countries don't know what other countries are. Guess what?
Oh, I bet
also
they
have
do.
this. They also have this thing,
They
that's a
probably do.
mobile launch platform called nuclear submarines,
Which
where
they
you don't know
mentioned.
where the hell
They mentioned
but-
this. So they
but-
mentioned the implausibility quite a bit. We did get to see in a vision, in an AI vision, Hollywood get nuked. We did get to see that.
Well,
I thought
But
that
no,
was real.
no,
The
I know,
reckoning, the
I know who to
final
blame for
word.
that bad decision, and only Doctor Who fans are going to get this joke. Mark Gatiss was there.
Yes, he was.
Mark Gatiss was there.
I
So-
don't want to
Mike
attribute any of the
Holmes.
bad Doctor Who to Mark Gatiss, though. So
Well,
I
he
just
used to
don't
be
know
the
why
worst
every-
Doctor Who writer until recently. So
Well, he,
Every country would have just disconnected their nukes before this movie even began, but whatever.
Yes.
I guess they
Yes.
didn't. I guess
I-
no one did.
I mean,
Nobody
the
did.
balance is pretty
cultists.
simple, like,
Pakistan's
Right.
nukes probably aren't even connected to the internet anyway, so they don't have to do anything.
that-
Those
but
are
that's
full
the
analogs.
reality. Like,
The
you
mules
cannot-
up at the top that open the hatch. It's like,
cannot
these run
hack-
on Wi-Fi.
you cannot hack a country's nuclear arms, right?
Have you ever
But then,
tried?
even when they do that, the movie
You're not
That
being
was-
Rames.
Not with
the,
that
mo-
attitude.
the movie says that they could just shut off the power and shut them down. They're like, no, that would be too great a threat. What versus the threat of nuclear annihilation versus everyone's like, it's.
Come on,
Dumb,
Shad.
dumb,
Kevin Mitnick could whistle the nuclear launch codes into a phone and start Armageddon. That's very
It's-
niche. I'm sure nobody
yeah,
got
it's
that reference.
Part of the plot problem that existed in the first movie is just none of this scenario just wouldn't happen. It wouldn't have ever gotten to this
That's
point.
why
People,
it's impossible.
it's true.
They would have
Movie
just turned off the
impossible.
switch. They're saying they can't shut down cyberspace because that would, do incalculable damage. What versus global annihilation?
We'll deal with
I
it.
think-
This is
I-
your life now.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah,
there was
just
I
turn
think
off
it
the
was,
internet. Problem solved. It's not.
Dude, if
Yeah,
I
'cause it's
can't
just a
get my
switch,
next
right?
day
You know?
shipping on Amazon, I'm fucking rioting. All right.
What
Yeah,
what
I would-
city did they ever say what US city was going to get destroyed?
No, they didn't.
no,
No,
It would've
they
been
said
nice
the
to
one
have
with
it.
Pedro
Probably New
Pascal
York
in it.
or LA.
Yeah, they're just like, well,
The
fuck
only-
San Francisco.
Yeah,
yeah.
The only number mentioned was 100 million, so it's like whatever.
For some
that is.
reason in my head, I always had Chicago just in my head. That's the
Why
fucking-
not?
Probably
Why-
Los Angeles.
I think it's worth seeing just because there's so many impossible things. Like, oh, is he gonna survive? Like, he will, but in the moment when you're watching
Yeah.
it, it's all shit. He could die. It's like 10 things he could die
However-
from in a row.
However I feel about this movie, if you do want to see it, you have to see it in the theater. You have to, 100%.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a better
uh,
theater movie.
yeah.
It's better.
Well,
for
this
being in
is the
theater.
frustrating thing. The plot is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen, but it's also got some of the most crazy, impressive stunts I've ever seen.
Yes.
Exactly.
And you got this balance. To me, it ruined because every single thing the character's doing is based on something profoundly stupid that it ruins the payoff for me. But if you can get past that, right, it has some of the most impressive, crazy. Like that plane scene is one of the most insane cinematic things I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's
Internally, the movie's dumb as shit, but on a meta level,
if you can
I appreciate
isolate
Entire series is,
particular,
though.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. The entire series has
It's
a
an
lot of
action
like
movie.
It does.
Mission Impossible
Outlandish
2,
shit.
there were doves in an underground bunker.
That's why I'll give it
for
a
fuck's
pass.
sake.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
as I have doves in my ground bunker. Hey, Mission Impossible 2, they had in Mission Impossible
for something.
In Mission Impossible 2, they had motorcycles scissoring. Okay, so
it was Motion Impossible.
To me, like especially in the first half, I feel like we got like fast forwarded through a lot of things that probably could have made for more compelling shit. Rags mentioned earlier that there was no like spy stuff that really went on this entire time. And yes, you had your token face mask sequence with absolutely no fucking setup. Like 10 minutes into the movie where they do it to get
and then they follow it with a scene where they should have used masks and didn't.
Right, Asian chick with no bra to get her out, right? And then you have the semblance, the start of him going to a big party dressed up in the tux. When we get one of those in almost every movie, right? And it's immediately just cut short. And that also was like no setup, no real anything. You just really fucking rushed into it. So it's strange because as long as the first hour seemed to drag, there was a lot of stuff that was just slammed in there and felt super rushed. And I do think they wanted to take their time, as much time as they wanted, especially towards the end, because it's the last one. It's a send-off, and so much of the focal point was on Ethan and the decisions he made. And on Ethan and the decisions he's made, and his... All right, I'm done. Yeah.
So I'm just trying to seriously
keep going.
talk about this
Yeah,
film.
keep going, Ryan. Keep going.
I was just saying that him prioritizing and refusing ever to give up on these people he cares about while still managing to get the job done. But obviously sometimes that comes around to bite him in the ass. So I wish the movie was better, but
Agreed.
Overall, I do feel like it's wrapped up. We get a finale. And I'll go watch any Tom Cruise movie he comes out with, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and the other thing too is that we mentioned like thinking Benji was going to die. If they actually had more people die during the film, that would add a lot more gravity and stakes to what was going on. But we only lost Luther.
And they kill people all the time.
He was just kind of like thrown away and killed.
Yeah,
I wanted the OG characters to be more focused on, and like all these new characters were just like muddying the waters. Where just too much shit going on. They're just around. Yeah,
I did think that we're going to lose Benji. I did think that we're going to lose Paris. I thought Paris was going to die trying to take on Gabriel.
Dead Reckoning said Benji was going to die.
Token black person was going to die, whose name I don't even know. But I thought he was going to die to let the married couple survive as well. So
I thought so too. That's why I stayed behind.
But they all made it out, and that really kind of took away from the gravity of the situation.
Well, when it talked about the truth is you want to protect your team at all costs.
Right.
I thought that line was to set up that he would have to understand he's losing people. He's gonna have
and it would call back to the first movie, to the beginning, where he loses his entire team.
Yeah.
Or so it seemed.
Or so it seemed.
Oh.
Dun dun dun.
Emilio Estevez didn't get cut in the eye.
How did the team die in the first movie?
Wait.
Actually, wait. If anyone hasn't seen the first Mission Impossible, you really should. It's quite good.
Chrissy, you haven't seen the first Mission Impossible?
Probably a long time ago.
No, that means no. So you should go and see it. You should legit. What you should do is you should go see Mission Impossible 1 and Mission Impossible Fallout.
I just have a horrible memory.
Maybe in the next movie, they've all got daughters and sons of the same name.
They're all daughters.
You skip 2. You don't watch 2.
Disparu, you watch media more than most. It would all be daughters.
Yeah.
Oh, true. Yeah, they would still keep the male names, though.
Yeah. You don't need to watch 2 if you're going to do a watch through, but you 100% should watch 3 and 4 and 5 and 6.
Yeah. They're great films. They're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun.
Yep.
In 3, like, I think 3 is, I think I talked about this with Gary a little bit the other day, but like 1 is completely different than the way the more recent modern
1 is like the TV show. It's the only one that's like the TV show.
Right.
2 is taking it from there, which feels a little bit, obviously crazy shit, fucking jumping off helicopters, like all this, but in a lot of ways more kind of grounded in a lot of ways. 2 goes next level. 2 is he starts out and he's fucking rock climbing this ridiculous thing, jumps out of shit. He's doing insane motorcycles out of just nowhere for no reason other than it looks cool slow motion. 3, I feel like establishes a balance between those and has a great fucking villain with
villain.
Philip Seymour
Best villain.
And we do get a little callback on that, obviously, with the monkey paw thing.
Rabbit's foot, monkey paw, same thing.
That established kind of what the franchise will be moving forward. And 4 and 5 are fucking
the
amazing,
human
too.
Ghost Protocol is
What I like about the second one, though,
foot.
the second one establishes just doing like stunts with Tom Cruise because he said, I want to do rock climbing and I want to ride a bike. They were like, why? Well, that's what I do. So they were like, okay, we'll put him in the movie then.
Make a movie around that.
Do Gray Scott. Well done, mate.
made a good decision.
Yeah, it only cost you the Wolverine role, dude. Hey,
I don't want to wear tights.
But he made up for it. He was in Batwoman.
What did you bring me?
I could have been somebody. I should have been somebody. I could have been Wolverine.
I could have been a contender.
I could have been a contender. Now I'm in Batwoman. So Mission Impossible is over for now until the 9th one comes out. They're already talking about it. So
I mean,
no
this
surprise.
movie's doing
The
well,
ending
isn't
didn't
it?
feel like the end. The
This
ending
one is
just
doing
felt
well
like-
in the box office.
it had Odin.
Probably.
So well, go ahead, Odin.
No, he's not here.
Oh, he's not here, of course.
Every time we get to a box
8
office
million
conversation,
domestic.
Odin's not here. So I just wanted to point that
8
out.
million domestic, 6 million international, 14 million worldwide on the preview days.
Yeah, so overall, it's probably going to have a pretty big opening, and maybe when you factor a couple things in, because obviously, Dead Reckoning opened on like a Tuesday or something.
Yeah, it was like a Monday, Tuesday opening. It was
advantage
awful.
of them not having IMAX screens for Barbie Oppenheimer. They got it out a couple days early, so those numbers are going to kind of be a little bit wonky. Overall, it probably will have the best kind of normal weekend opening for a Mission Impossible movie. But then you factor in inflation, all that stuff. It's in like 3,500 theaters as opposed to Lilo and Stitch, which is in more. It's going to be a big weekend.
Yeah.
So Thunderbolts was in
gonna
more.
suffer.
Thunderbolts was in more theaters than Mission Impossible.
Oh yeah,
600 more.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That just shows the power of Disney. Like Disney
God,
just has a fight
fucking
script
insane.
on theaters.
The stupidity of cinemas.
It's awful. But
Yes.
my issue with this headline is that only 2 other Mission Impossible films actually had a proper Thursday opening. And when you adjust for inflation, sure, it's the best of those 3, but that's not as impressive as if you go like and compare it to every single other one, if every single other one had a Thursday opening. And the other big elephant in the room is that this film cost like $400 million to make.
Yeah, there's no way it's going to make it.
There's no way it's going to make its money back because it needs to make well over $1 billion to break even, and it's not right now tracking to make that.
But I think that they're going to chalk a lot of that up to COVID. They're going to say a lot of that production cost is because of COVID. It's not because the movie failed. A lot of people liked it. We will do another one because it's
But
Tom
here's the
Cruise.
issue. The 2 films in a row now you've had financial losses because the last one had losses. Now I got some of it back because of insurance money because of COVID. I don't know if that's going to happen with this one.
It might.
When they filmed back to back?
They filmed it back to back, and Tom was talking about how the sound, like when they're doing the orchestra for the music, that they were mailing people microphones to play their. Yeah, maybe I should do that. They were mailing people microphones to play their instruments at their house, and then they would have to cut that all together.
coordinating
Yeah,
it that way, like,
yeah. So that had to cost so much
Wow.
money. But yeah, Odin, I don't know how it makes 400.
My guess is that what's
What's
going
the
to happen.
break even, Odin? What's the break even?
But I'd say well over $1 billion.
Was this whole movie
And the
made
last
during
movie,
COVID?
capped out right somewhere around $500 to $600 million
It was
worldwide.
just under 600 million
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah. So I don't think it's going to even do that. Like, it might not even do that. If it does that or more, it's not going to get to $1 billion. Right now, based on the numbers that we have, obviously anything could happen. Sinners is a great example of that, right? The opening weekend did not really suggest the box office run that's actually happening because of amazing holds and everything. So it'll be interesting to watch. What I think is going to happen, though, as far as future films, is that they are going to probably look at this financially and say, okay, we need to take a break. And then if they do start again, it's gonna be like 5-10 years before the next one, and it's gonna be like starting a new story.
This isn't a problem with the franchise. This is a problem with the budget. If you know you make $500 million, make a budget appropriate for the amount of money you're going to make. Don't think that you're going to magically double your last revenue like because
you spent more. Just because you spent more.
Yeah.
Because nobody gives a shit.
There's a lot of like. I think for these last two, Tom Cruise knowing or saying right that these are going to be the last ones and like all this stuff. I do think there was some, hey,
YOLO.
let me do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Right. Even with the knowledge that maybe this won't do this. Hey, I've made Top Gun Maverick. I just made you guys like $1 billion fucking dollars. How about you sit down and shut up and we do this thing? Type of attitude. But yeah, because you look at like historically, the box office was very stable and pretty steady for them throughout 4, 5, and then 6 got a little bit of a bump. But then obviously the budget almost doubled between Fallout and fucking Dead Reckoning.
How much of the movie was made during the pandemic?
I have no idea
No idea.
this movie, but they were filming these things back to back, and famously, this is the one that started up first during the pandemic, basically, where you had the clip of Tom Cruise screaming at the guys for not following the protocols and worried about getting shut down. Yeah. So I have no idea.
Remember when Dead Reckoning
this is the
Part
issue.
1 came out and Tom Cruise did his thank you? He did his thank you while they're filming the plane stunt, which is at the end of this film.
Right, so it also,
and to show an issue like financially, why like kind of going what was just said there. Ghost Protocol worldwide, these are unadjusted numbers: $694 million. Rogue Nation, $688 million. Fallout, $786 million, and it drops all the way down to $565 for Dead Reckoning. So those are unadjusted numbers too. So we're talking about those were even bigger numbers than what Dead Reckoning made. Final Reckoning, if it even gets to that to the Dead Reckoning level of like almost 600 million, maybe 700 million, it's still going to be a far cry from the older films that came out years ago.
The last one
they should have killed Cavill off in Fallout. They shouldn't have done it.
No.
Yeah, he should have came back. He should have came back and been all
Cavill
fucked
and
up or
Jeremy
something.
Renner in the last one, that would have been pretty good. That would have been pretty good. Probably would have done better. But I think the first one. I think Dead Reckoning was better. I think the last one was better.
I agree.
But this is a crazy franchise because it looked like it had petered out at one point, and there's like lots of years in between sequels, and then it just found a new life. It's like 30 years. It's nuts.
Mission Impossible 2 made a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
it did.
But it was so bad, it actually almost hurt the third film.
And then they took a break.
There's a big gap between 2 and 3.
The huge gap, and then they started ramping it up again, and it got so much better. And Jar Jar
wasn't it Abrams?
It was Jar Jar.
Early Abrams, man.
It was in his wheelhouse. He was just off Alias, which is just MacGuffin hunting. That's all it is. And hey, Alias is fun for the first couple seasons, and it gets absolutely ridiculous. Then the worst ending ever. But
the third series is the worst series.
It's so bad. But the first 2 seasons are great. They're fun. They're lots of fun. Bradley Cooper is in them.
Well, it's got the guy, Kill Bill director. I always forget his name. He's in the first series.
Quentin Tarantino?
Yeah. He's in the he's in the second series because he loved the first series so much he wanted to be an actor in it, and so plays one of the villains.
Yeah, like Sloane was awesome, but
Sloane was a good villain.
Mission Impossible. Some people like it, some people don't. It's pretty much how movies are going to be in this. God, I'm not going to call it a post-woke era. I'm not going to go that far yet, but I'm going to go in this kind of sloppy era that we're in. Movies have not been great this year. They just across the board, they have not been great. And it's been famine with a little meal here and there. And they finally, like the theaters are having a good weekend this weekend, and Lilo and Stitch is going to make all the money. And that's great. It's not going to help anything because then we've got this crowded July. We got F1 coming out at the end of June, which I actually want to see. That one looks pretty fun, to be honest with you. 28 days later, but like then it's Superman, then it's Fantastic Four, and then it's Jurassic, whatever the fuck. And then there's
F1's
nothing.
Another one of those movies, Gary, that costs like $300 million, made by Apple. The trailer actually does look very good. Like I'll watch that when it comes out. But
trailer was good.
Going to make $1 billion off of Brad Pitt, like.
I'd like to see it do well because
F1's massively popular around the world.
Yeah,
right.
But it's hard to call. It's
I want to see, because we saw with Sinners an original idea that had original characters and it did really well. I want to see more of that. I'd like F1 to do really well, and it kind of seems like audiences are kind of over the repeats, the sequels, the prequels,
well,
the fucking.
And what's also
all of this is so boring.
Lilo and Stitch is a fucking the same movie that came out fucking years ago. It's about to make $1.5 billion.
So you're talking. So you're talking about
kids movie.
So you're talking about aside from kids movies. Okay. Well, what's killing that? What's killing the mid-level movie? That really helps the box office between tent poles and everything is streaming. Streaming is killing it because, quite frankly, it's better. So on the mid-level stuff, it's better. Instead of seeing some gangster movie, you can go watch Mobland, which is better. It's just better. So that's hurting it too. So it's going to be like feast and famine this year. And outside of kids movies, I don't see like an adult movie. I don't see an Oppenheimer happening this year. I just don't.
No, not in the slightest.
Yeah, and that's going to be a huge fucking problem. But
I think 28 years later will probably do well, but it's not making $1 billion.
No, but again, that's why the issue more so I think is actually budget issues. Yeah, because some of these films are actually doing okay box office wise, like for a movie of its kind. But then you look at how much they spent on it. And you're like, okay, it doesn't matter how well you're doing in comparison to maybe other films that have come out more recently because your budget's just destroyed your chances.
Well, there's two other major issues within entertainment right now is the overinflated budget and the fact that Hollywood doesn't want to take chances anymore. If they went back to the smaller budget films that actually brought them a lot lot of profit like they used to do,
but that
maybe would be
those resources are going to streaming. And the Matt Damon talked about this. When those smaller budget films made a lot of money on the back end, they more than made up for their budgets in a lot of cases. Like, you know why they went to Kevin Smith? He wasn't the super talented guy. He would get a movie made for $1 million and make $5 million. It would be profitable, but then it would sell like crazy in DVD. Like the DVD sales would sell, and now that's gone. So you can't get
and they killed that.
Yes, they did, and they didn't need to because guess what? I mean, it was 10 years ago, but this is still the case. DVD always outsold Blu-ray. Even when Blu-ray was at its peak, DVD vastly outsold it because the rest of the world just stayed with DVD. They still make DVDs to sell around the world. And abandoning that, I think it's stupid to abandon physical media, even if it's on streaming. Yeah. Because it's not going to take away from your streaming service. It's just going to be more movie. And I guess we can talk about this. Want it. And now you're going to want it because they're fucking banning shit on streaming. One of the greatest shows ever made, South Park, is going to be missing 14 to 15 episodes.
Yeah. That's insane.
And I'm glad I've got my physical media. What was that?
Yeah. Always Sunny in Philadelphia, unfortunately. I mean, it's been on streaming for forever, but you can't get some of the blackface episodes.
Find the list of banned episodes for South Park.
You can't get the what is it with
Lethal Weapon episode?
Lethal Weapon one, get the Lethal Weapon ones.
You have to be really careful with that, though, because one of the ways that music got rid of piracy was they made paying for it better than piracy. Easier, cheaper, it was more reasonable. The more you start banning things, you will drive people to piracy more and more.
Absolutely.
Once people start to pirate things and they break that, they will just keep going for it. And so it's not a habit you want people to form.
It's true. As soon as it came out with the list of racist Dr. Seuss books, I immediately snapped them up.
Big gay house, big gay boat. Oh,
yes.
These are in the territories of the UK.
That is so stupid.
Oh man,
Chupacabra.
I'm not surprised it's us.
Chupacabra.
Cancelled is canceled.
So Big Gay Al's boat ride, season 1, episode 4. Terrence and Phillip in Not Without My Anus, season 2, episode 1. Pip Great Expectations, season 4, episode 14. Super Best Friends. Jared Has AIDS.
A very famous one.
Simpsons Did It, canceled. Passion of the Jew. You got fucked in the A. You got effed in the A. 2 days before the day after tomorrow. Trapped in the closet.
What? Come on, that's all come on.
Cartoon Wars. Now 200 and 201. I believe those are the Muhammad episodes. They've always been banned. You can't get those are the two you can't get on physical media. Chupacabra.
Ginger cow.
And ginger cow.
You know what? They should ban ginger cow. That sounds racist towards my people.
So, I don't know how it's selling now on Amazon, guys, but like you could get they were selling sets, complete sets, for not that expensive, but I'm sure they're gone now, absolutely gone. And this is all for the lawsuit, because they had this. I think who was on HBO Max had it, and I don't watch it on streaming. I watch it on physical media. And then they had the specials on Paramount Plus. We haven't had a special in a while, but we're getting season 27 in July.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
In July.
So much in July, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit coming out in July. Like everything's hey, Star Trek Strange New Worlds Disparu's coming out in July.
Oh, I haven't even watched the last. I keep intending to watch the last series. I'm gonna see that one out, but
bro, it is.
I really don't want to.
So, yeah, it definitely Strange New Worlds, which nobody watched, is worse than Star Trek Discovery.
It's like Discovery. I've seen all but the last series.
It's worse.
Like couldn't bring myself. Yeah, that was the one that said the woman got on the stage like, "Why are you bringing all this property?" It's like, well, it's in case this socialist utopia experiment fails.
Okay.
Oh no, it's in case this socialist utopia turns out to be a scam, is what she says.
Oh God, I could answer that question for her right now. Yes.
Here's a history book.
It is a scam.
Yeah.
Read this
It's also
history
not
book.
a socialist utopia though. It's post scarcity. That's the entire point of the series.
Yeah.
Is X-Ray Girl back there?
I believe so.
Today.
Because I thought I saw Quelndar leave a super chat, but I don't see it up on our list. I don't see it up on our list.
Hey, Disparu.
Hey, Disparu.
Sadness.
Hey, Disparu.
Whoa!
Hallelujah!
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen.
Play taps.
I hope Rafe never works again. This is a series you do not want on your CV. It should be poison for the rest of your career.
Why is of capitalized?
Rags, I think the not capitalized, I think those days are over. I think they're just going to capitalize everything. Me and Ryan talked about this. Ryan's all, I capitalize everything on my fucking titles. I don't give a fuck.
Check AI didn't tell me to do it, so did they.
Ask Nelly. She knows.
Yeah, I don't know why
What happened to Nelly?
But every word I capitalize, and then
It wasn't me.
all caps when it comes to something you really want to emphasize.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, I go to capitalization tool because I'm retarded. So I just throw it into the capitalization tool and it tells me what to do.
Death of our language.
You know, this
Yes, it is.
this cancellation came 2 seasons too late, but at least it came. It
Yeah. So did this just drop, Garrett?
Yes.
It was an
Yeah.
hour before the show.
It was an hour before
right
the show.
before the show.
And this is also along with the news. Now, this is big news. So congratulations to Shad and Disparu and all the Wheel of Time fans who hated this fucking show. It was the precursor to, I'm sorry, something much worse, Rings of Power. Now, I did watch an episode with you in the UK,
did?
Shad, and it was fucking shit. It was fucking, I couldn't fucking believe it.
Imagine what it would be like if you watched the source material and it had absolutely no resemblance at all.
I didn't know anything about source material. It was a bad show. Just like...
As much as we love the meme of the 38 seconds actually being a damning indictment of my sexual performance, 38 seconds meme was because of Wheel of Time. I tried to watch it and I lasted 38 seconds into the show before I went, fuck off, and just turned it off.
That would be where it went, and all the problems were due to the men.
Yes.
That's not even true. That breaks the source material.
Yeah. It's like the men destroyed the world. It's
I was like, I'm done. I'm done.
My favorite part of the first series is there's a warder, and they changed this as well, where if you are a warder to an Aes Sedai, you get into a romantic relationship, and you like anyone she loves, you love. So this guy had a choice of being a warder and turn gay, or top himself. And he decided to top himself. He was like, no, I'm not. That's a fake worse than death. It's all over for me.
The only base moment in the show, the warder chooses to kill himself over going gay.
What is this show?
What?
What is this? Christ, not that
All right, let's read the article. Let's read the article. scroll.
Hey, get out of my way.
The TV adaptation of the book series by Robert Jordan and Brandon Sanderson, co-produced by Sony, blah, 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 is a high-end, pricey fantasy drama, which
it was expensive.
Ushered in the genre of Prime Video.
I wouldn't call it high-end, though.
Oh, you're right. The TV adaptation of On the Book series.
Wait, hold it steady. This is actually really bizarre what they've done. At the end of the first paragraph there, look at how they wrote it. The Lord of is capitalized, but not the. The Lord
of the Rings.
What's happening? What? Who wrote this, Nelly? What the fuck is wrong?
Nelly, what's wrong with you?
Job?
It wasn't me.
Shit, I didn't even catch it. So yes, where was I? Pricey fantasy drama, which ushered in the genre. Oh, it's a genre now of Prime Video. Later joined by The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, starring Rosamund.
Yeah.
The Wheel of Time got off to a strong start. Did it though? Did it?
No.
Did it? 2021, it was Prime Video's most watched series premiere on a Thursday with waning gibbous or waxing gibbous or whatever the fuck.
The funniest thing about the start was the first series. It was kind of it's set up for Rings of Power. There was a lot of marketing testing done for it. They got a load of YouTubers on board. They started doing podcasts with it with the YouTubers. And then the second series, nothing. They didn't work with them at all. They were like, no, we need to push you away. We don't want you talking about this.
Nobody pissing in a corner.
That's tragic, man. It's very sad.
3 seasons in, the series has remained a solid performer.
No, it hasn't.
No one was talking about season 3.
Metric?
No one gave a crap.
Well, here's how they follow this up. It was a solid performer, but its viewership slipped.
Right, okay.
With the fantasy, you're writing fantasy right now, Deadline. With the fantasy drama dropping out of Nielsen's top 10 originals chart after the first 3 weeks of season 3, while staying on the list for the entire run of the previous 2 seasons, The Wheel of Time was back on the originals list for the week after season 3.
So not finale. Even the main one, only the originals, and these episodes are an hour each. So if you do minutes, it's has an advantage.
That's now better than Daredevil.
That is better than Daredevil. So what minutes were they counting? The minutes of that episode or the minutes of the series?
Presumably the series.
I mean, there were questions about the viewership from Prime for ages. Like, are they counting just the auto plays that happened? You know, and it seems like
bro, I'll never forget the first episode of the Rings of Power. This happened to a lot of people. We were watching it, and then it automatically restarted. It automatically restart. Yes, it just stopped and so they can
How
fluff
long
their
into it?
I'd say about a third of the way into it, the first episode.
Gary, didn't autoplay
minutes.
the first episodes of Wheel of Time season 3 on you, and you came back and it showed that you had watched the episode.
Yeah, and Prime does that all the time.
Yeah, like when you get done watching, like Netflix is different, right? Netflix will be like you get done watching something and it pops up like a series of like 20-second previews for like a million things. Prime will just start whatever it's like suggesting for you next. It'll just start and get right into it.
It feels like to me that they let it autoplay for a few episodes while you're away. Just in the background, it feels like cheating. I mean, if they can get away with it, I'm sure they would do it to pad their numbers. But Clarkson's Farm last night. I look at the I'm going into season 3 a little bit, and it says I finished it last night. I'm like, I watched like 1 episode last night, and it says I finished it last night. So weird. With that possibility and the show's passionate fan base. Really?
No. The fan base abandoned this in season 1. What it did was get a group of unhinged activists on Reddit just glazing this thing insane. And anyone who voiced any criticism of this thing on Reddit got banned instantly. They even brigaded the only negative Reddit page, which is a Reddit page called the White Cloaks. They brigaded it and got that knocked off of Reddit as well. Like the amount of protection and bullcrap that was going on to try and protect the show was insane. And so you have all these woke weirdos loving the diversity. It's brilliant, glazing this thing to the sun. And the viewership was dead. Okay,
that's what I mean by it was a test run for Rings of Power, because the same things that happened for Wheel of Time happened for Rings of Power.
Oh, absolutely.
It was just Rings of Power had so many more fans, they couldn't ban everybody.
And
they couldn't
who
get rid of the
was
entire original.
behind that? Jennifer Salke, and who is fired Jennifer Salke. And what is Jennifer Salke's background in? Is it in creative? No, it's in marketing, or was in marketing, and now she's now she's a fentanyl addict on the street.
That was the problem they made with Rings of Power. They underestimated the size of the audience and thought they could pull the same trick as they did with Wheel of Time.
Yeah, and they wanted to paint a false picture of fan, enthusiasm, and that there was still an audience liking it, when it was this tiny minority of crazy woke psychos that were all about the diversity and don't you dare say anything bad about it. We love the gay stuff and everything like that. And, that's what they were trying to paint with season 2 and season 3, but it was dead. No one was actually talking about it.
I think every single one of them watched it. That's why.
That's the problem.
That's their entire audience.
The Wheel of Time is a global title. It did rank as #1 on Prime Video in multiple countries, with the most recent season still season 3 over. Yeah, which countries?
And according to Amazon?
And according to Amazon, still season 3.
That is right. If you're not coming out with anything, right? If you don't have any new original shit, like the stuff that you are releasing, of course that's going to be, the #1 watched TV series on Prime right now. Your fucking new release.
Right.
That doesn't necessarily, just because it's there doesn't mean that it's enough people watching to be successful, or really an impressive number of people, period.
Right.
They're not actually showing the numbers of how many people are watching.
Yeah, that's the issue.
The Wheel of Time global title, it did rank #1 on Prime, multiple countries, with most recent seasons. Still, the season 3 overall performance was not strong enough compared to the show's cost for Prime Video to commit to another season, and the streamer could not make it work. After examining different scenarios and following discussions with lead show Sony TV, sources said, we could just end it right there, Garrett, because this is exactly what's happening with the fucking Rings of Power. This is and the Rings of Power is more of a vanity project for Jeff Bezos than anything else. So they're exploring other. So instead of canceling the Rings of Power, this article, this came up today about the Rings of Power. The Lord of the Rings of Power, and Citadel hit syndication for the first time.
Who's going to watch it? Nobody.
Much like the AI, it is infecting the rest of the fucking internet. It's going to be everywhere. It's no longer isolated.
I'm okay with these getting new.
Where's it being syndicated on?
Yeah, who's distributing it?
Well, they don't know. No, it's going up for syndication. Nobody's bought it yet.
Of course they're not.
No one's going to buy
Who
it.
the fuck is going to buy
pit.
this?
It would be fucking insane to do it.
If Amazon couldn't make it work, what hope do you have?
It's a crazy idea, but maybe Netflix.
Maybe
it'll
it'll
work.
terrible,
It's a bold
terrible
move,
money
Cotton.
pit that we've
We'll see how it plays out.
Please, God, somebody else that has like open numbers, purchase the rights and then show how little this has made impact. Nobody's going to watch it when it releases on Netflix or whatever the fuck, and it's going to be completely obvious that is a failure. They will have to cancel it.
The only reason they're selling is they hope Netflix buys it. They really do, because nobody else. Even if Peacock is stupid enough to buy it, nobody's going to watch it on fucking Peacock. No, this is ridiculous. And maybe a broadcaster. Maybe they hope a broadcaster gets it. That would be hilarious.
The Sci-Fi Channel buys the Lord of
What
the
this
Rings,
tells
the
me,
Rings of Power.
is next season is the last season.
Anaconda
It's
4,
it's done. It's cooked.
I think so too. I think the next there will be another season. There'll be season 3, and then I don't think there will be more after that. It's too much of a money pit. No one's watching it. Wasn't the second season down like 60% from the first?
Yeah.
The first wasn't that good.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they on like Samsung television or a Roku deal or something. Didn't they do something with the first season of Rings of Power? Right,
they did Roku. Yes, yes,
yeah.
They did a Roku thing.
Not like they haven't explored these possibilities before.
But this is This is licensing out basically.
And look, that is what these places need to be doing.
Yes,
that's what they fucking need to be doing in order to make some actual money back on the shit that they're pushing out, because the streaming template does not work. It does not pay for these fucking things when you don't have these big chunks of change coming in years and years and years after the fact because of syndication.
Like, how bad? Like, these fucking idiots based all their big numbers on COVID numbers. Like, this, I'm like, this is it. This is it's going to be like this forever, guys.
Forever. Gary, remember what they said before season 1 was released, when they said this has to be watched by a huge amount of people for it to work.
A global phenomenon.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And
it's not. It was a county-wide phenomenon.
Well, yes, statewide.
It was a local hit.
No, but all these smart people in charge of investments and all these financial analysts thought it was a really fucking good idea to get into fucking streaming during COVID, when everybody's locked in their fucking house and they're like, oh, it's always going to be like this. You fucking idiots.
We'll never go outside again.
Yeah, well, I mean, some people haven't, Chrissy, but
true.
but they mark themselves by wearing a mask. So
yes,
yep.
They took the physical media market, they took redistribution, licensing, all this stuff, and shot it in the head and went, it is all going to come to us.
And who's the only studio? Who's the only studio who doesn't have their own streaming service because they fucking massively failed with the PlayStation Network? Was Sony, and they're like, we're not fucking with this stuff anymore. And it's smart. It's smart. And yeah, good luck with the Rings of Power. I think it's has it gone into production yet?
I have not seen anything yet.
So it took a long time for them to announce that season 3 was even happening. But I think it.
It has to be if it's going to be out next year. So Lady Greenmaster says yes. I thought
yes.
I heard that it's going into production.
Pre-production.
In
It just took a long time to get the confirmation after season 2, which did not bode well.
But it might get delayed, along with the Night of the Seven Kingdoms getting delayed, which means House of the Dragon is getting delayed, and Avengers Doomsday is getting delayed.
House of the Dragon needs to get a little bit of a delay because it needs to hit.
Good, I can wait.
If it comes out, it needs to really be firing on all cylinders.
It will be. I mean, like, you're going to get the end of last season at the beginning of this one.
That's
so
that's what I'm looking forward to seeing, and I hope it's. I mean, look, I like House of the Dragon a lot. There were missteps in the second season, but there was a lot of really good shit in there.
Yes, there was.
I'm still on board, and I want to see what happens next, and I hope it's good. I really hope it's good. I can't have another one. Okay, Andor's like the only fucking thing we got. All right. Arcane season 2 was like the worst trash fire I've ever seen in my life. And then we got Born Again, and it was just the list goes on and on. I can't be doing this all the time.
I think that there's gonna be a lot of fucking CGI heavy effects heavy shit in this season of House of the Dragon, and I wonder if they did push it just because they knew how much is going to happen. Because they've got 6 months of principal filming scheduled, which is 6 or 7 months, right? Which is a lot in general.
And it's gonna be top heavy, dude. Like, your big battle happens at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then,
well, who knows what order they'll film the shit in?
Yeah,
I suppose.
that's true.
But
that's true.
Because you don't have to film in order. As long
Yeah,
as you...
I think they'll probably want to do all this stuff with the actors for those scenes, though.
Well, I meant for pacing of the series. Like, when they do come out with it, it's going to. We'll pull that article back up in a second.
Gary,
but, I'm sure it'll hit the ground.
No, like what they
took fucking. There's 7 or 8 pretty major fucking battles that still have to happen in a 16 episode time frame, and there's no way they're going to be able to fit all that stuff in, obviously. But I don't know. Now that we know there are only 8 episodes per season, so taking a series that should have been 40 episodes and telling you, all right, we're cutting those down. We're cutting you 20% off the top. Now I'm thinking, how are they going to fit all this stuff in?
Oh, and especially we've we've pondered this. What's the definitive ending of this? Because you read in the books, there is no definitive ending. It just kind of goes on.
It's because it's an excerpt from a story about the history of Westeros and the Targaryens.
But it ends. But okay, so the war ends. I'm not spoiling anything. The war ends, and then there's politicking forever. But it's important politicking that you need to put in.
Good politicking, I'll watch.
Yeah. So, but what I'm saying is the pacing of the season is going to be rough because you're starting with what should have been the end of that season, and it's going to make everything else kind of look just kind of weak towards the end.
What was the reason why they didn't have it in season 2 at the end?
The reason was a budget cut, and they wanted to turn the series. This is funny. Turn the series around faster. That's why they reduced the amount of episodes so they can get the seasons out faster. And this one's going to take longer than any other season's taken already.
That's hilarious.
So it ended up being fucking Warner Brothers is fucking retarded. They're just
people were super on board after the first season. Everyone was excited and we're like, "Oh, we're so back, baby!" And then, like, obviously, you just want to be like, people will wait for it.
Yeah.
And instead of like harming the quality of the show, it just bonkers to me. Like, don't they want to make money? Wouldn't they make more money if they need more episodes to do the story? Just add
they're hacking
to finish it off.
Warner Brothers
get more money.
Warner Brothers is hacking and slashing right now. That's all they're doing because they're so much in debt. Like
they're doging.
Oh yeah,
you would think that
good,
House
Garrett.
of Dragon would be like a surefire profit maker.
We'll get to Doomsday in a second. You think?
I think the first season, probably if they keep it at that like $200 million, and that's still, we're talking about a lot of fucking money. We're talking about $200 million for season 1 of that thing. Now that might be nothing compared to Amazon's $1 billion that they're fucking spending, but it is an expensive show.
It is, and that's why Warner Brothers Discovery credit rating just cut to junk bond status on linear TV's decline. So that one of those other revenue streams, which was linear TV, which used to be the biggest revenue stream of them all and most consistent, is dying because and now they're all running to commercials and Ryan's talked about this. We've all talked about it. All streaming services are going to have commercials on it. You will not be able to. There will be a day where you cannot get a commercial-free one. They'll force it on. They're already forcing it.
It'll be so expensive that you're like dumb enough to.
Yeah. So, they're in trouble. But speaking of trouble, let's go back to Doomsday.
Hey, at least they're bringing the HBO branding back to HBO Max.
Yeah.
Wow. They decided to do a reverse retard.
Yes.
Let's spend a bunch of money rebranding so that we can spend more money rebranding back.
And the thing is, I think it's the right decision.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
It is.
I think HBO
Just
Max,
a waste of money.
Not to begin with.
HBO Max is the right name for that streaming service, but it's just funny because you had 2 years of fucking retardation and different color this and different color that.
Oh,
Only
it's called like Max or something.
The fact that they clowned it on Twitter was funny, though. The fact that they that they were throwing up memes on themselves was well done. Avengers Delayed. Big news from yesterday. Marvel pushes Doomsday and Secret Wars to December. So big Marvel movies in December. Now, I think there's a Marvel movie that came out. There's a couple Marvel movies that came out around December from Disney Marvel. Ryan, you might remember them. The Eternals and the Marvels.
Only one
November and December.
So those have launched in the Thanksgiving-ish, right before Thanksgiving, and Black Panther as well launched in that.
Black Panther was February.
February.
Yeah.
Wakanda Forever.
Yes.
But the only December like this Christmas release that we've ever had from them was actually Spider-Man No Way Home, which Sony, not MCU Marvel. Or sorry, not Disney Marvel, but still, obviously, that went on to be pretty successful. It's not a bad move. Lands right on poor Dune's release date. Yeah, I think they're moving that.
Oh, they're gonna. Yeah, they absolutely.
Warner Brothers is like, fuck, man.
The Avengers
have one good thing going.
The Avengers will need a few more months to assemble. Disney has delayed the release of Marvel Studios' upcoming team-up features Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. To debut now on December 18th, 2026, moving about 7 months off its original slated date of May 1st, 2026 to match the follow-up Avengers Secret War, moving to its release date December 17th, 2027. I know. I'm going to say that these dates there's a very good chance these dates will be moved too.
Yes.
Very, very good chance. This is still not enough time. You need 2 years minimum to make this movie. 2 years minimum to make this movie.
Well, you don't. You need about 3 or 4 with pre-production and scripting.
I said minimum. Yeah.
But these people don't fucking bother with that shit. They just write it as they go along. So
they're doing the break that we all said that they should have done, but they're still like limping the break. Yeah. Just make a break. Say we're not making a movie for a couple years.
Well, hold on. This isn't a break, though.
Yes, correct.
It's turning into a break.
It's a delay.
Right.
But there's still stuff coming out in the meantime.
It's a forced issue.
This is not the break that we've all been saying they need to take. Because guess what? This is a break that is a year and a half before in the middle between the lead up to and what is supposed to be the payoff for your next Avengers movie, right? Which the lead off has been fucking pathetic, obviously. They haven't generated any interest. But now that the possibility for the interest to generate with those movies will be completely washed away with an 18-month break between Fantastic Four and Avengers. Now, Spider-Man 4 is coming out in that time, but I don't think it's going to be connected to it at all.
Nope.
Spider-Man 4. So...
Also, at least according to the numbers, there are 2 untitled Marvel films set to come out February 13, 2026, and then November 6, 2026.
What?
That is not true. Well,
that will be the
okay, that's just the numbers. That's just the numbers listing. So
if you look, scroll down the article a little bit, and we can answer our own question.
There you go.
The date of February 13th, 2026, previously slotted for an untitled Marvel project, has been removed from the schedule. Meanwhile, the dates of November 6, 2026, and November 5th, 2027, also previously set for untitled Marvel features, have been amended to simply untitled Disney films.
There you go. So
that was another thing.
The only thing,
was
we got Wonder Man coming out after There's Ironheart, Wonder Man for D+, and then Vision, and that's it.
I will
the
say
only thing I used to wonder about that is how it ever got fucking made.
Dude.
My favorite mention on the numbers listing though is it has Blade listed as sometime between 2020 and 2029.
Oh my god,
that movie's not coming out.
10-year span, maybe.
With those changes, Avengers Doomsday and Sony's Spider-Man brand new date. Fucking hate that name. Fuck. Are now the only Marvel Cinematic Universe entries slated to hit the theaters in 2026. Also of note, the new pre-holiday December frame for both Avengers installments is the same one that Spider-Man No Way Home that Ryan mentioned launched on in 2021, which became one of the franchise's highest grossing installments at $1.9 billion worldwide. Additionally, there is now no theatrical Marvel features slated to release between the Fantastic Four First Steps, another dumb title, on July 25th, and the 4th Tom Holland Spider-Man installment on July 31st, 2026. More than a year later, it will be the MCU's biggest gap. It's a gap. Between feature films since the COVID era gap between 2019 Spider-Man Far From Home and 2021's Black Widow.
Oh my god, it's like an eternity.
Armor Wars and Blade are done. Like Armor Wars, what a terrible idea. For one, if you want to have a successor for Iron Man, he's been in all the damn movies. I'd rather have him played by Terrence Howard, to be honest with you, but Rhodey's there.
Yeah.
Rhodey's there. But
hold on. We don't know what his state's going to be because Rhodey's actually just been a Skrull since Avengers.
You're right. Oh, that's true.
So we don't really know who that fucking is. The same Rhodey
sorry to correct you, Ryan. It's a female Skrull.
Yes.
He was a female Skrull.
That's
an upgrade. Skrullus.
The same Rhodey who survived losing all these people in Infinity War, continued on for 5 years after that, was part of this massive victory in Endgame, had all these conversations, buried his friend Tony Stark. Yeah, that was not Rhodey. That was a Skrull. The same Rhodey that, mentored Sam Wilson about what it means for a black man to be Captain America was actually in blackface that entire time.
A green alien.
This is why they're like, don't do the homework. You don't have to do it.
No. Don't worry. We're going to wipe this all out with Secret Wars and start over again with Pedro Pascal. That'll work.
Why do you keep saying it's not easy being green? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, well, I mean, it's not surprising that this happened, and I think it will happen again. I'm thinking May 2027 and May 2028.
Yes,
I think that's my prediction. And
I
both
see this going to 2027.
both those movies will cost $1 billion to make.
Damn.
And they'll make nowhere near that.
No
yes,
money.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's already costing them well over $100 million, almost $200 million just for Robert Downey Jr. and the directors.
And don't forget, all three of those people, I should say, also have kickbacks that happen if they reach certain numbers at the box office.
Oh, don't worry, they won't meet them.
So like, and then you add in the 50 fucking plus cast members, including a lot of people who may not be the easiest or the cheapest to get involved in these things. I mean, Endgame and Infinity War cost almost $500 million a piece, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're looking at the cast alone costing between $200 and $300 million.
Like
And then Simu Liu for $20.
Yeah. It is not. It's the idea of Doomsday costing $500 million before marketing might sound crazy, but it also might be super conservative. Not even gonna lie.
That's frightening. Oh my God.
Well, if Mission Impossible, even with COVID, cost $400 million, if Captain African American cost over $400 million, Rise of Skywalker was a $600 million movie. I absolutely see it, 100%. So good luck with that. We'll see what happens, but oh well. We're
Just
gonna
all of that money.
That sounds like a
Very-
problem for future
very
me who has to watch those.
Yeah.
all of that
And
money
fuck
to pay for the
guy.
creators
The
of
mental
Citadel and
load.
the Electric State. This is what gets me.
Oh,
After their
wow.
last two disasters, you're like, oh, we're going to hinge the entire future of the MCU on the Russo brothers.
On the Russo brothers.
Oh.
Oof.
Because they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're just going back to what they. The Russos did good in the past, so let's just go back to that, and we'll get Robert Downey Jr. and we'll go back to that. And
The
they're
rumor
running
was
around,
that
they
Robert
have no
Downey
idea what they're
Jr.
doing.
made it contingent that they came back, that he came back.
Yeah. And
That was
it's
in
like
Verizon,
desperation
it
at this point, since they're basically reaching so far
Well,
back.
all of
into
it
the
is,
well.
you know, we talked about this when they showed the Cyclops costume. It's like, great. It's semi comic accurate. That's fantastic. I would love to be excited about this, but it's
Yeah, but the script's gonna suck. So who cares?
who cares? Yeah.
Well, I definitely did not say
but
great
it took
when I
it,
saw that
but it
costume.
took it's more comic accurate. Didn't say it was great, but it only took him 25 years, and it was an act of desperation, not reverence. So that's
Yeah, but it's a costume for a guy that was Cyclops in the year 2000.
admittedly he's worked out. He's kept himself in shape. He looks
No,
good.
no,
Yeah.
this is no stab at James Marsden. I'm saying
I
they
know,
are
I know,
looking
as I know,
25
I know,
years
I know,
back for-
I know,
Oh,
as
God.
I know.
Yeah, but as
I
opposed to
know.
what young actors could play that, like Timothy Chalamet. This is the problem that they've got, and it's something that was brought up at Cannes. There was a lot of talk about the new masculinity and what the new stars will have to do, and it was all basically you've just got to be feminine. So it seems to me that they've gone from making girl bosses in movies to just having really effeminate men do exactly the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! Oh,
Man tamed
great.
Lisan Al Gaib. Watch your fucking mouth.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
He freed the Fremen people from oppression. All right. What if he's a what if he's a sweaty little twink? Okay.
They don't popular in
You know, he
Hollywood.
played that piano with the candelabra. Come on, that's a man right there.
We need this guy. This guy's more manly than any of these fucking Marvel heroes.
Liberace's gay. Who knew?
Pedro Pascal, dude.
The future
I mean, the
of
ladies
masculinity.
love
Speaking
him,
of
man.
gay,
What?
is there music? Is there sound of this?
There is. I just didn't know if we could.
So-
hit by it, I don't know.
Let's.
I don't think do we really fucking need the sound?
I don't think we do.
Yeah.
It might make it a
Sound
little
like-
less gay.
I don't think it will.
Oh.
Somehow I doubt
Like if
it.
Erasure's playing, it will make it less gay.
The camera wasn't shaking.
If Shop Boys are playing, it's going to be more
Yep. Bronski Beats playing, it'll be less gay.
So this,
Go on,
for
Jimmy.
context, that is the wrap, the
Party.
season wrap for Last of Us.
Mhm.
When on Pedro's last day of filming, they did a
Mhm.
little Last of Pedro party.
Can I ask you a question, Ryan?
Will it really be the last
when it was your
him,
final
though?
day at work? Did you phallically lick a stick and then dance like the gayest man on planet Earth?
No.
Hell yeah!
Just asking for a friend. Asking for a friend, you know.
That's what you do to get hired.
In Hollywood, yeah.
Well, he looks like
get
he's
in licking the stick, you leave licking
well.
the
It's
stick.
just like,
Okay.
Can all the gays go on stage?
Well, I mean, that brings up Pedro's been in the news, and we've talked about it. He was at the Cannes Film Festival, a couple of Cannes.
Did you see him with the guy in the gimp mask?
Yes.
With Alexander Skarsgård.
Is that a stab at Joaquin Phoenix?
No, there's a video out there. There's a video of Pedro Pascal spanking Alexander Skarsgård next to a guy in a dog gimp mask. And I'm like, I don't know what time I'm living in.
This club has everything.
If you're gay. Oh, there's this.
Hollywood.
Oh, yeah. No, see, nine.
No, you can't wave.
Yeah, can't wave. You can't wave at people because it might be invoking Hitler. God, that's so stupid.
I love the way
Joaquin's
like, fuck off, buddy.
What does he have on these people? Joaquin Phoenix is he's been in Hollywood for a long time. He's a well-respected actor. Why is he like, oh yeah, Pedro? Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
Juan's interview, he looks like he's got a gun pointed at his head the entire time.
No.
Joaquin Phoenix, he could go out there and do a legit Sieg Heil, and it would be less damaging to his reputation than
Commodus. Oh, look, both of them are doing it. Look at that. They're both doing it.
Gladiator.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Go.
Yeah, I can't wait to see.
Float around social media.
Can't wait to see Eddington, the movie.
We whose movie's about to die salute you.
That's right. On the note of Star Wars, Tony Gilroy has a funny clip.
Oh man,
has a funny clip out there.
Is this the canon one?
This is the one about Little Mermaid.
Oh yeah.
Little Mermaid.
Yeah, well, listen.
I mean,
thousands of people in a riot.
Well, just a couple of things. One, for amusement's sake, when we started season one, again pre-COVID, I had an office in Pinewood, and my window looked out. We were trying to build Ferrex, and Ferrex is this huge thing, and we're going to stake all this money on it. It's going to take 6 acres to build it. And out my window is the back lot, and who has the back lot? Little fucking Mermaid. Little Mermaid is there the whole time to haunt me. Why is that not my?
Ixnay on the Mermaid.
Yeah, no.
They're watching.
I really
right now,
hated
Tony.
Little Mermaid because they had. And we're gonna go to Marlow, 18 more miles away from the hotel, in the middle of nowhere by a refuse site, and build it. It's wow, we could build it. So season 2, Gorman went where the Little Mermaid had been.
That's great.
I didn't see that one. I thought you were going to talk about the one where we talked about canon.
Where he doesn't pay that. Where he just retconned K-Test. Oh, he's all, fuck the comic book.
Yeah, and it's
K2SO's origin.
I understand that there are, in fact, probably the wide amount of people that will watch a TV show or a movie probably will never give two shits about a book or a comic book or whatever, right? The audience is more niche. However, when you're selling these things to people, and when the entire reason you decided to get rid of a bunch of stuff was to tell people, by the way, everything is going to be, everything matters, from a book to a comic book to whatever. It's one of the things I criticize Dave Filoni for all the time, especially when it comes to characters that he cares about, and he doesn't give a fuck about what anybody else has wrote about them, and he does his own thing. And obviously, to a lesser extent, we saw that with K2SO, and ultimately, it was kind of a pointless introduction as well, based on what we got of it. I think that's a problem with Star Wars, and I think it's a problem when Dave Filoni does it, and I think it's a problem when this is people's approach to it. But go ahead.
And you talk about canon. I mean, canon doesn't. I usually try to deal with it, and I'm really sympathetic and into it. I was annoyed to find out that somebody had in the interim between Rogue and that had written an origin story for K2, and it's like, no, I'm not paying attention to that. We're not doing it. And you talk about Canada.
That's the attitude of most. That's the attitude of most. Now,
hey, dude, too bad.
Individual basis, a Disney Star Wars thing getting erased from canon. The whole fucking thing can be erased from canon.
I think
this is a point.
I can certainly be sympathetic with Tony Gilroy when it's, especially if it's just, oh, someone has gone off and written this comic that talks about this thing that has a character that you're going to be doing in your big production. It's like, I can be sympathetic to the idea that he's like, well, I mean, fuck. I mean, especially with the state of Star Wars now, where God knows how many people out there don't even consider the fucking sequel trilogy canon. I certainly don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think, like, as much as I do think you should adhere to canon, there does get to the point where canon gets so fucked up anyway. At what point do you just say it's all a mess? It's all absolutely and totally a mess.
That's why
I'm gonna make something good anyway.
I think the solution to that is having somebody in charge of it that respects it. As Ryan was saying, I am sympathetic to the creator too, but you have to be sympathetic to the customer. And what Ryan just said is you sold all these books, you sold all these comics under the Star Wars banner saying this happened in Star Wars. But if you say you don't care about it, then why should the customer? And that's why things for like Star Wars don't sell as much as they used to, because they didn't streamline it. Nobody had a fucking plan. Nobody took the time to map out the canon. And listen, George didn't even fucking do that. It's not like George was Tolkien. Okay, he winged a lot of stuff. There was no Bible for George.
He had a company that set down rules, right, and people that he put in charge of those things. And he specifically did have go no go areas where people were not allowed to tell stories, characters they weren't allowed to tell stories about, timelines that they were required to avoid for certain reasons. Rules like that were very much laid out.
But he had a company do it.
He set forward a bunch of stuff, and then he hired a bunch of people to keep all this stuff straight. But
I'm laughing at
problem
Tolkien.
with that attitude is because you're going to have a lot of people that are very much sympathetic towards it when it's like, okay, well, this is a live action show that might get watched by millions of people, and we think we can just fucking fudge it a little bit and it's going to be fine. We think we can tell a better story, blah, blah, blah. That attitude, that cavalier attitude towards it, results in more and more people doing that. And then, even though, like, look, I know that it's quite obvious that Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi really didn't meet between Mustafar and A New Hope, but they don't specifically say it, so we can probably just do this. That type of fucking attitude is how you get not only things changing from the comics to that, but also between what happens in movies and between shows themselves. And it does, in my opinion, irrevocable damage to the timeline.
Yeah.
When it's all said and done. And hey, I didn't do this. Somebody wrote this other story. Well, you didn't fucking write Star Wars either, but you're doing something that is obviously very important now in Disney Star Wars lead up to these huge events. And you're including characters that you didn't fucking create and telling your story with them. Right? You're doing the same thing that other people have done in these comics with your, quote unquote, your characters. That's the world you accept to be in when you're in a fucking shared universe.
I think one of the reasons that Force Awakens did so well is because of all the prequel era. I know a lot of people don't like it. I love it. It's not perfect, but because of that era and all of the outside media, the games, the books, the comic books, everything that built up so much fan care. Like, I cared about what was happening in the story, and I felt like I knew what was going on in the timeline because I cared about all those different stories. When you do stuff like this, you tell me you don't give a fuck, and none of that even matters.
Yeah.
When they opened up and said, we have the Lucas fucking story group that we're going to plan all this stuff, you told us that you cared about it. And then now you don't care about it.
But so remember, there was no books. There was no source material.
Right, there was no source material.
Yeah.
But it's like, I agree with Rags. It's like, at this point, it's all fucked anyways. It's all stupid. So why even care about it?
Yep.
If we were in a place where we did care about it, I would be like, yo, you're an asshole. You should, you came into this,
I would agree
you were
there.
Star
Yeah.
Wars.
If the canon
We're not
was
Yeah, if it was reasonably well constructed and it wasn't full of mostly Disney garbage, then I would be like, yeah, you should absolutely, respect it and hold to it. Continuity is important. Yeah. But at this point, I'm just like, use Disney's money and try to make something good out of Star Wars, please. Yeah. Just try to make a good Star Wars thing, and thank God it did. I mean, it's very easy to divorce this from the rest of Disney quality.
I wouldn't throw it out entirely. It's like if it's got to such a mess it can't be salvaged, I would just wipe the slate clean, decide what you keep, decide what you don't, and go from there. Brandon Sanderson has an entire person whose only job is to keep track of all the characters, write down where they are in times, and if he ever needs to know anything, he just goes and
George has them too for when he doesn't write.
And that's smart.
There was a time he forgot an entire character existed for a book. And the people complained. He's like, "Oh crap! Yeah, I did. I just put them back in the next one, and then you can get back on course. So you can do retcons or just throw stuff out and decide again, but you have to make a conscious effort and stick to it.
You have to give a shit.
Yeah,
has anyone,
I wish Disney would, but yeah.
Has anyone read that comic that has the other origin for K2 in it? Right?
No,
have you read it?
It is a Andor and K2SO book. Like it came out, I think probably a little after Rogue One, sometime in that time.
A book or a comic book? So a regular book? A comic book that was sold in comic stores. So I'm guessing, just off the top of my head, 15,000 people read it.
Who knows?
Because I wonder if it's actually
people who like Star Wars can't read.
Disney,
I know, right? Yeah.
No, I wonder if that origin is better because I didn't like the origin of K2 in Andor. I think they took the easy, quick way out, and
it felt really ham-fisted in there.
Yeah, like they just forced in,
kind of bolted on.
And essentially, Andor has to like infiltrate a like Imperial base. I think to maybe rescue a couple people, and things go haywire, things go wrong. They happen upon a fucking droid that like needs maintenance or some shit, and he reprograms it enough to be able to like get it to follow his orders, at least temporarily, but it keeps malfunctioning and shit. That's like the origin story for bringing
that already sounds better than what we got in Andor. Honestly.
Oh, look at this droid I accidentally hit. And so, it's in the movie, so we have to include it now.
Well, it wasn't accidentally hit. It was specifically hit by someone.
I know. It's sarcasm, Rags.
Yeah. The issue is that if the origin of K2 is actually decent in the comic book, and then someone comes in and saying, no, because I didn't do it, it's gone, even though it might have been decent, that's a lot of arrogance and hubris there when it's like, okay, you have a canon that is actually good. You could try and adapt and work it into your story. And so it's kind of another point of
the problem comes into who is judging whether it's good or not, right? And we're all going to have a million arguments about that, just like people had arguments about whether the prequels counted, right? Whether the sequels counted, whether Mandalorian season 1 counts, but not 2 and 3. Like there's always going to be a lot of differences of opinions over what's trash and what's fucking good. So the problem becomes, well, who gets to pick those things? If the creator thinks that that's shit, well, he gets to retcon this. And if, this person, he's just unhappy because he didn't get to write it, so that gets retconned. It's, and you accept that this is the world that you live in. Even if you've made a decision early on and put this character in a place that maybe 5 years before you would have regretted, this is what you're bought into. It's one continuous story.
We're living in a Star Wars world where the most important character which currently exists, which is
Ahsoka Tano,
didn't do shit about shit.
Yeah.
Until it was over.
But I mean, on Rags's point, if you're going to start retconning thing, a good place to start is Disney Star Wars and just do the rest.
I wish they would.
Obviously, I have no fucking care or love like for any of these fucking stories, right? Obviously,
it's the principle, man.
It's about the principle, and one of those things. Look, they fucking got rid of hundreds of books, thousands of comics. Canon storylines from video games. They got rid of all this shit because they said, and they promised everybody, hey guys, from now on, it's all going to matter, whether it's a TV show, an animated show, a movie, a comic. Like that's what they sold everybody on when they decided to erase a bunch of these other stories. And in 10 years of Disney Star Wars, we've had just as many inconsistencies and continuity errors when they were supposedly trying to keep all this desperately together that we had in 30 years prior.
Maybe Ryan will fix it. I won't do shit.
Or you could just go outside.
No, Ryan with an eye.
Stay in the draft.
Ryan's, I ain't doing shit.
Kathleen Kennedy said he's just too busy to do his trilogy at the moment, but he'll get around.
Wait, Kathleen
business?
Kennedy.
What's this if?
Is she still in charge of Lucasfilm?
If. Yeah, for another few months.
Okay. Hey, I think what was one of the rumors that she was looking for a win before she leaves?
Right.
Andor's a win. Hey, Kathleen, Andor's season 2's a win.
That's the best you're gonna get.
There you go.
Yep.
Poker Faces. Poker Faces. Rian Johnson. If I make another Star Wars, I'll be the happiest person. I thought he was making a Star Wars.
Yeah, trilogy.
Yeah, it was on the
any day now.
Oh, yeah.
Bland.
It's not very certain with that if at the beginning of the sentence.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, like they're totally gonna give a trilogy to the guy who was probably most responsible for ruining the franchise,
Right.
damaging its reputation irreparably.
I know I would.
I fucking hate just the sentence. If I make another Star Wars, I'll be the happiest person. Just say Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
If I make another,
it's a Star War. If I make another Star
War.
I'll be the happiest person.
Well, what did he took a bunch of money from Netflix, but hasn't made. They got limited theatrical releases. I think Knives Out and the last one, Glass Onion. Yeah. But he hasn't made a movie since, a movie in a theater. I
can't wait for the Last Onion Final Reckoning Part 20.
The rise of the last.
I'm so curious what genre he's gonna fucking destroy this time.
Yeah.
Rise of the Gay Detective.
Sci-fi again, Part 2.
Dude, Knives Out is terrible. It is such a terrible movie.
It's a litmus test for people who think they're fucking clever.
Yeah.
Seriously, smooth brains are like, it was so good though. Twist and turns.
It's not supposed to make sense or be good, actually.
It's supposed to be retarded.
Star Wars has always been
So the title for his next one is Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery.
Wake Up Dead Man.
Wake Up Dead Reckoning.
Is that his fucking career?
Yes.
Resurgence.
What should we talk about next?
Anything but fucking
whatever you want.
Anything but okay. Mobland, how you liking it, Az?
It's great.
Ooh, what episode are you on, Az?
Not
I
saying.
haven't watched them. I haven't watched.
Tune into the real BBC.
No, tell me
Tuesday
now.
Gary's channel. No.
Have you been watching it?
He hasn't watched it yet.
Episode 1.
You've watched one episode.
I'm on episode 1.
You're on
I'm on
it, so
7.
you haven't finished episode 1. So it's 10 minutes in. You son of a bitch.
I'm like you, Az. I'm on episode 1.
saw the title screen.
Watch this show, dude. Watch this show. It's so good.
Tuesday, you're allowed to have a go at me on fucking Tuesday. By which time
I'm allowed to have a go at you whenever the fuck I want.
I think Sinners of the Ripperverse right now.
Without consent?
Story by me, Maul,
hey.
Critical Drinker, Jay, Drunk 3PO. He don't matter though. Sausage Pistons and Eric.
No means yes. Mobland is fucking great, dude. It is. Comics, what the fuck's your problem?
Life.
Why aren't you watching it?
I'm about to take a
I wanna hear-
chainsaw to your ass.
Yeah. Garrett caught up on it. Where are you at, Garrett?
I'm at 7. I have one more
Okay.
to be caught up, and then
How you liking it?
I'm up
I
to
have
the
Monday
chainsaw.
off, Gary. I will start watching Mobland on Monday.
There you
dude,
go.
watch, dude. The intro music's kicking it. I love it. I love the intrigue and the web of relationships. It is like Game of Thrones. You said that before. It is like that the spider and Varys and Littlefinger, kind of like people just always planning things and shit going wrong, and then Tom Hardy's just in the middle, like fuck.
Yeah.
Gotta fix this too.
Shit.
Yeah, it's so good. I can't wait to see where it goes.
Pierce-
It does feel like it's building to the end being something big. So
They've made Pierce Brosnan into an evil motherfucker, dude.
Oh
he is
my
so
God.
bad. He is
Helen
so
Mirren
bad.
is like,
She's horrible.
She's
Yeah,
worse.
she's great. Yeah.
It's so evil, man.
Dude, they are just so freaking evil. And so, the mob fixer's the good guy, the guy with the morals. And
the guy that just straight stabs people, you know.
Richie Stevens, the guy who's put out as the antagonist, did nothing wrong. He did nothing fucking wrong. All he wanted to do was sell his fentanyl. and they're trying to steal it.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Don't we all? Yeah.
Holy shit, though. It gets better as the season goes on, so it ramps everything up. It doesn't clear things up because now I'm questioning a lot of stuff. We still don't know who the snitch is, and the one I would say semi-weak storyline just made a turn in episode 8. I won't tell you which one it is, but Toby Jones shows up in episode 8. So
I like how they're doing that too. They're like saving characters, like big characters, for like mid-season, later season.
Yeah,
and they're building. It's the whole thing is building. It's like in the beginning you think it's all about one scenario that just happened, but then you're like, oh wait, they have something planned. It's all intrigue and it's all connected, and shit starts just falling down. It's
so
great.
Shit.
This is a Paramount Plus show, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's by Guy Ritchie's production company that he works with a few people.
They're pulling off some bangers because they had Landman as well, and isn't Tulsa King on this one?
And Landman is essentially kind of the same show as Mobland. It's about a fixer. It's about a guy who puts out fucking just fixes problems. And yeah, Tulsa
in my veins.
So
Keep it right
Tulsa
here.
King, yeah. So like shows like Reacher and Tulsa King. Now that we're past COVID, you're going to start getting these shows every year now, which is going to be going to be fucking huge for if you want streaming prestige shows to work. They have to come out every fucking year. I mean, and consistency's been a problem. Tulsa King consistent over 2 seasons, and we'll find out with Landman. But like Tulsa King pulled it off. Like the second season's just as good as the first.
And there's no CGI, not bloated bullshit. It's just people and a great story.
Talking.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's woke.
Oh god.
Girl bosses.
Nice.
Girl bosses are in it.
Landman has some
There's a
great
black
stuff.
guy in his woke.
Every time Landman takes a dump on renewable energy, I'm like, yes,
fucking right.
That one clip that made the rounds, it was like, yes.
It was so good.
Dude, it is filled with stuff like that. That clip made the rounds, but yeah, and Tulsa King's filled with shit like that too. So there's good moments. There's good moments, but cannot recommend Mobland enough. Penultimate episode this Sunday. This effing Sunday.
No need to swear.
Fuck you. I swear. I swear. I won't start.
The moon and the stars.
I don't know the rest of the words because I'm not gay.
All I know is from that
know,
commercial I
Gary.
saw in the 90s.
Yeah.
Really like Somewhere in Time. You say you're not gay.
Somewhere in Time is a classic movie, dude.
It's a horror story, Gary. Don't tell.
It's not a horror story.
I got sucked in by your.
I'm
sweet
sorry
word.
about your sensitive sensibilities. Yeah.
Getting accused of being gay by the guy like Cinderella and Twilight.
Right.
That is
interesting. Interesting.
That makes the insult far worse.
Yeah, he's like, I'm already that gay, and you're worse.
Exactly.
He's like, I know what gay is.
Very true.
Hey, Shad, which
You could call me the gay radar, honestly.
I'm the gay raider.
I like every time.
Gay radar.
You can call me the gay raider. I raid the gays.
Oh, Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Doctor Who.
Yeah.
I love Doctor Who.
It's still around?
News.
Don't worry, it'll get worse.
Not for long.
Oh,
I sense that it's
2
very
episodes
gay.
left.
all right. So, Disparu shot me this link a couple nights ago. So a couple of the links
It was yesterday.
a couple nights ago yesterday, it all kind of Dude, I'm just trying to pad what little time I have left. Disparu.
I'm trying to double all the days so it seems like
several days.
I sleep twice a day, so it seems like it doubles the time.
So he shot me a link and it was gone. The link was gone and it was for The Independent or something. But
this is the one that started it. Yeah,
The Sun is not breaking their link. They don't give a fuck. They've put it in print now, so it's actually in print. And exterminated Doctor Who's wokest ever lead star Ncuti Gatwa exits after he's a backdoor man. Exits after just 2 series with show to be paused after ratings nosedive. Now the sun, not the mirror. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disparage the mirror. The sun is the citadel of journalism.
Don't worry, Gary. We're just as shit.
No, I was going to say the citadel of journalism is the sun.
Yeah, but can you really rank journalism like
superior?
superior?
Well, honestly, nowadays with Screen Rant and stuff like that, I would believe the sun and the mirror first. I would.
Article.
Well, the day page 3 died is when journalistic integrity went.
Is that what the chick with the tits? Was
Titsu. Yeah, page 3. Yeah.
I know there's been various rumors. Like at one point, I think he had a 3-year contract for 3 seasons. Then it was said that he was going to buy his contract out after 2 and leave.
Yep.
Then there was another one where it's like, well, he's decided to go, and now we've got this. And depending how much you've pissed off the BBC, I don't think that breaks it if they're like, well, we'll just tell the truth then. We were happy to let you go without any drama, but now we want everyone to know.
Yep. So I'm thinking he was in Barbie. And kind of like similar to the Matt Smith situation, he got lured out to Hollywood.
The Barbie dolls?
I have not seen the Barbie dolls.
There are Doctor Who Barbie dolls.
Yes.
Oh, I did. Oh, God.
Yes. Of him and Millie Gibson.
And I did see the picture, and he amazingly looks straighter as a Barbie doll.
Well, there is a weird picture of the next episode, which it's done in like Wish World, so it's like fantasies, and it seems like he might be in a relationship with Belinda. Because she's got a baby. So it could be that his fantasy is to turn straight. Which would be particularly weird.
What? I wouldn't buy that for a minute.
No, it's going to be hilarious.
So lots of smoke around this fire. It does look like he is basically like... See, Matt Smith got lured out to... Matt Smith was supposed to do season 8 of Doctor Who. Talked to his pal Andrew Garfield, going, "Hey, I'm making these Spider-Man movies. You should come out to Hollywood."
Doctor Who alumni.
Another Doctor Who alumni, and Karen Gillan and him basically bailed early. Had to change the plan. They had to change the whole plot of that series because they had play sets that they made, and they released the toys of what was like the Daleks were supposed to invade London, and there was like there was this gun that Unit made that was made out of Cybermen, Weeping Angels, and Daleks, and basically it erases you from time. And they released that, and I'm like, man, that sounds like a cool plot point. Too bad we never saw that. But it looks like same thing's happening with Shooty. He's getting lured out by Hollywood. Plus, his show fucking sucks, and nobody watches it.
Did you? Speaking of Matt Smith, did you happen in your previews for Mission Impossible see that Austin Butler movie? That Matt Smith is going to be in.
I didn't see it for the.
Oh yeah, where Matt Smith's a fucking like punk. He's got
I knew about it.
Fucking British punk asshole that has a massive mohawk.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking Matt Smith.
Yeah, he looks cool.
I can't wait. Oh,
I would have at least given this Barbie doll a flared base.
Dude, the Barbie doll looks more. The Barbie doll is more butch.
Yeah,
it's more butch.
It's also, like he doesn't have a Doctor Who costume, so they probably didn't know what to put him in as he changes every week. I'm surprised he wasn't in a dress.
So does his hair, and yet there was an episode about a hairdresser. So what the fuck's all that about anyway?
The TARDIS does his hair.
Yeah, the TARDIS does his hair, but they grew his afro, which was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I died. When that happened, when they just got the haircut, and the guy looks up to the camera and his afro goes boop. I'm like, oh my fucking god!
I have more racism for you. Come on.
Yeah, dude, it was so nice Barbie. So the Mirror is basically saying that they are going to pause the show, which we've heard. The BBC's response is we're not making any decisions, but it might actually have something to do with him backing out of Eurovision because of Israel.
The announcement that he was stepping down was apparently minutes after Israel qualified.
Okay,
so the timing alone, I wouldn't be surprised if he told the BBC if they qualify, I won't do it.
I mean, the song wasn't that.
He
bad.
was like, "Man, I hope those Jews can't sing."
God damn it, they can sing.
But then they did.
I mean, I would just back out of Eurovision. Well, no, why would he back out of Eurovision? It's gay. He's gay. He would love it.
I'm gay, and I wouldn't go anywhere near Eurovision.
That's a lie.
Wasn't the Eurovision thing because of because he was supposed to announce some fucking score, and because Israel qualified and he publicly is a big supporter of Palestine, that he like bailed out at the last minute because he didn't want to say anything involving Israel.
So you say that Shooty Gatwa is a queer for Palestine?
Yes. 100%.
Well, and Nigeria.
I'm all for that, Shooty.
And Nigeria.
Yeah,
Nigeria, which is Wakanda now, according to the show. Rags,
there's a reason why in the Nigeria episode there was no gay people, and then they made up for it in the next one.
Rags, my wife was in London teaching at Vidal Sassoon, and she got sick. So
was less gay.
So I went to the Queen play. I wanted to see they opened the Queen play. So I went with Charles. So this very gay hairdresser, Charles, and we watched it, and I was like really excited to see this.
Was Charles in charge of you?
I was really excited to see it because Queen was like, one of my favorite bands, and it fucking ends, and Charles, the gayest dude I know, turns around and goes, "That was gay."
I can believe
it. It was fucking terrible, dude. But at least I made it through that joke
I feel
without
very upset that you said the gayest guy I know, and I'm just sat here like.
Well, I knew at the time. I've since met you, so. I've since met you. But it looks like who knows? Like this rumor's been around for I saw your video so like it's been months that this rumor's been around.
It's like since July of last year.
Yeah.
Nearly a fucking year.
I think it's a foregone conclusion. They're not going to announce that Doctor Who is canceled. It will pause forever.
Yeah, it'll just be floating around out there somewhere until someone wants to pick it up in a generation from now when it's been cleansed by the barrier of time. And the same thing will happen to Indiana Jones. We'll get 15, 20 years down the road, and they'll be like, okay, I think it's safe for us to do a reboot for Indiana Jones now. People have mostly forgotten about those last two.
Yeah, do you know what the next question is going to be after they say that more?
Black Indiana Jones.
How old is Harrison Ford now? He's 96. Get him.
He'll be in a dusty tomb. He'll be in a crypt.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Raiders of his tomb.
Raiders of Harrison Ford's tomb. Yeah.
He'll look like he drank from the wrong cup.
If the BBC get another financier for the Doctor Who, they'll keep going.
I think they will.
But they need a financier. That's what they do.
I think they could just cut the budget and keep going because they don't care about the views. That's not where the money comes from.
That's apparent. So they clearly don't give a shit.
Well, this is the thing. So they will.
There's also
means something to them.
It does, and
go back to basics.
There's also rights retention. There's also rights.
2027 around the corner.
Rights retention is important because of what the crazy shit they did back in the 70s, where they let some people like Terry Nation. Is the pretty much he's a part owner of the Daleks, so you have to put a Dalek episode or a Dalek in an episode. It's obligatory, or it will revert back. Now he doesn't like BBC owns the look. I don't remember exactly what the details are, but like some people own rights to the characters, some rights, so they have to keep making it.
And Russell T Davies has already written multiple scripts. I think the entire next season's done. He was writing season 4. They won't care if they're ideological or pushing something. They'll just make it anyway. And so the rumor is that they're already planning for 2027. They've already got people in mind.
Well, but you notice they haven't been speaking to Russell T Davies though.
No, he's done.
Yeah, because he keeps saying that and after the series is over. Yeah, but I think that might be more down to Disney. That BBC need to know where they stand with Disney before they carry on.
I say, I'd love them to carry on. I'd love it.
The Disney contract was for like twice as many episodes as we've gotten. So if they pull out now, they're kind of breaking the contract anyway. Like, we'll just pay you out whatever we need to and get out of this crap.
I thought Disney did the 100 million pounds for 2 seasons. That's been
I thought it was just
Russell T Davies said it was for, I can't remember about the exact numbers, but it was essentially double the episodes. He said we're about halfway through the contract. That was from Davies himself. Said that in an interview.
Yeah, Disney would buy that contract out.
Yeah, well, Disney specifically said that they will not fund it unless he's gone, I believe. Yeah, Disney wants Russell T Davies out.
But why? The show's so good. I watched Disney's reviews.
Oh yeah, I know. It's wonderful.
Can you imagine being too woke for Disney? It's like that is it.
It's bad. It's so good. It's the meme. It's the fucking Spider-Man 3. This is so good now.
It really
is. When you're too woke for fucking Disney, holy shit.
Well, yeah, it's going to be done. So we got two more episodes. They brought back the Ronnie and fucking Susan, and nobody cares. Nobody cares. But let's get to Susan.
We had such a good idea for Susan if they wanted to bring Susan back.
Yep.
As well.
That was something Davis said though, that was the entire point of the reboot. We don't want to rely on the previous episodes. We don't want to talk about previous. We don't want to bring the Daleks back or the Cybermen back. We're doing our own stuff. And then all he's done is talk about previous Doctors, brought previous things back,
and take shots at fans.
Yep.
Yeah. Like wrote a whole fucking season basically as a reaction to the fans.
I find that absolutely hilarious.
I do too.
Triggered.
It's She-Hulk all over again, but for Doctor Who.
Hey,
Russell T. Davis is
any day now. Any day now. Heard it was a big hit.
Yeah.
Well, Russell T. Davis isn't an incel. That is confirmed because he's absolutely fucked Doctor Who up the ass.
I had no idea where that was
going.
Very accurate. Noons has gifted 50 Nerdrotic memberships for $250. My lady. Thank you, Noons. Lots of watch parties coming up. Clarkson's Farm, Mobland for members. Sex positions.
The exhibition scene.
Gary's fallen off the wagon.
Yeah, what is that? Like, I mean, that's accurate except for the bottle. You know, but
Right. Most funny's happened in the theater for a long time.
yeah, yeah.
What was happening that you looked so pleased with yourself in that picture? It was like,
Wow.
like smug mode.
Well,
it is a scene.
I don't self-couple and tell, so. Master Austin has gifted 10 Nerdrotic memberships for 50. Thank you, Master Austin. Take me to Middle Earth for $199.99.
Hey.
Damn. Thank you all for bringing common sense to the entertainment sphere in this crazy society of ours. Ryan, just ask Vera out already. Is there something I need to know? Something I missed?
People are shipping us because we did daily today. So there it is.
There you go.
All right. You gonna fuck her?
It is written.
Well, Gary watches in the theater.
Is that the sex position scene?
Yes.
Nice to see Az's blue eyes and bald head on the stream. All hail the Fellowship, and Rings of Power stinks worse than Joe Biden's nether regions.
Oh.
Hail, brother.
Nice to poor Joe. Okay.
The fact that common sense is coming from any of us shows how truly fucked we all are. Yeah. That looks like. Yeah, that doesn't look good.
Final boomer.
It's coming up behind you, Gary. Careful.
It came from behind.
It's Russell T. Davis.
That looks like something already hit the behind, to be honest with you.
Hang in there.
Tom Cruise could fit.
WG has donated $50. Add 50 fire for effect. Hail WG! See you in a couple of weeks, honey. Couple 3 weeks. Cosmic Summit. See you there. Greensboro, North Carolina. I was asked if we were going to do a meetup. We can't. We'll be in the show though. So if you want to go to the show, we'll be there. We'll be there. But we're doing a lot of stuff there. Magnum Norris for 50. Mobland and the Gentlemen are great. You are right. You are right. Gentlemen's fucking 10 out of 10. And that's why Guy Ritchie will be overlooked, but we know the deal. Guy Ritchie this is just the beginning. So I'm going to tease. Az knows what I'm talking about. There's an announcement. There's going to be 3 announcements by a major creator in the next 3 months. He's already starting to count it down on his Twitter channel. So it's Mark Miller. And pay attention to those announcements. You're gonna love them, but there's one you're really gonna fucking love. There's one that you're like, what? So
no, Gary, no.
But
your hints are like, he's got pointed ears, black and lives in Gotham. It's like, oh my god, Gary. God.
He's making a Willow season 2.
Riddler?
I can't say.
No, that would actually probably be pretty good if it was Mark Miller doing that.
I can't say. But Guy Ritchie's just getting started. And Gentlemen season 2, we're getting a season 2.
But legit, one of those announcements is gonna fucking blow your socks off.
Blow your fucking mind. It's good. It's good. I'm also gonna blab something else too. I have 2 friends that are gonna be on Joe Rogan next week.
Oh yeah.
Yay!
Nice.
Yeah. You look at me. I have friends.
You finally got Kanye on?
No, I'm happy for you. That's good.
No, it's Fred. It's not me.
Jeremy. It's Jeremy.
It's
I blabbed. I'm sorry. It's Jeremy.
from Geeks and Gamers or
Yep,
Quartering.
Geeks and Gamers.
Yeah.
He's gonna be on there.
No, I got two buddies that are gonna be on Joe Rogan next week. Keep an eye out for it. It's gonna that's gonna blow your mind too.
It's going to be what? Graham Hancock and Jimmy Corsetti.
Jimmy Corsetti's already been on.
They both.
Oh, is he?
They've both already been on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just returning.
Jimmy's
Didn't
Jimmy's
say
great.
they were virgins.
I love
He
Jimmy.
said they were going to be on.
Yeah. It's true. I missed as the ginger comedian is mid, says DJ for $100. Hey, mid.
I'll be your eye candy.
I'll fucking be mid all day.
Hey, better a mid than whatever's after that.
Yeah.
I assume by
Dude,
ginger
how long are your
comedian
nipples?
they're referring to me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah. Quelndar for $250.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of money on his home planet.
Despite all the absurdity, exposition, idiotic plot, and Tom Cruise running absurdly, I still had a great time and nice Kevin Mitnick reference. Ian, hail the fellowship. Hail. If you still have a good time, that's cool. I wish I did. I really wish I did. I was bummed, man. And I watched it twice.
By Russell T. Davis.
What about him?
Oh my goodness, on a plane. Mission Impossible.
Mission very possible now.
Look, if the whole movie was like the first hour, I would have been like really fucking upset about the movie. But I still had a good time with it, and it's over. That's all she wrote.
I would rather watch that than Thunderbolts again.
I would, yes. I can say that definitively.
Hands down. I would rather watch.
Definitively.
I'd rather watch it than most things that have come out this year.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I'd watch my fucking bowel movement today rather
dude.
than the Thunderbolts again.
Would I watch it more than other than a couple movies? Yes, Ryan. I would rather watch it than Captain African American, Thunderbolts.
Easy.
Yeah, for sure. It's like a 5 out of 10.
It's not. It's fun.
It's 5 out of 10.
There's plenty
it's
of
5
fun
out of 10. It's 5 out of 10, dude.
Jesus,
I think I'm being generous.
Not that high.
Yeah, I think I'm being generous. Steve-O for $49.99.
Oh my goodness.
Steve-O, as how many episodes of Mobland have you seen?
What? You're breaking up?
Steve-O, the answer to that question is he started the credits, stopped halfway through the credits, so I'm guessing Az is about 2 minutes into the first episode.
No, it's probably about 36 seconds.
Also, who is your favorite character to this point of your viewing and why, Az?
Avoid spoilers if you can.
I can't. It's just going to give us
Tom Hardy.
It's going to give way too much of the plot away, and I just can't do that. So.
I love that super chat. That's great.
The answer is Tom Hardy.
I hope.
Oh, obviously, yeah.
I hope your fucking chat is just filled. Like, have you seen Mobland yet? Have you seen Mobland yet? Because you deserve it.
Gary, ask
What?
me on Tuesday. Ask me on Tuesday.
I'll see you next Tuesday.
Ask you on Tuesday.
I'll see you next Tuesday.
Hang on.
I'll see you
on
next Tuesday.
On Tuesday, he'll be 42
And
seconds
this Tuesday
in.
as well. I'm just coming.
You want Gary to ask you on Tuesday?
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Russell, butt out. You've had your chance. You fucking flew in like a thief in the night.
Griff Nizzle for 20. Rags is right. Rags is right. Am I
Rex
serious?
is right. Whatever I said.
I agree with me. Whatever I said.
He's like an intelligent bloke.
the Mission Impossible series became bad reboot, full rip-offs of Joss Whedon humor. I like Fallout despite of it, but Mission Impossible 1 is still the very best by far, in my humble opinion. The Brian De Palma film, it's a totally different movie. It's a Brian De Palma movie, very much a Brian De Palma movie, who's a great director. And it tried to be a lot like the series because the series was still in living memory back then, in those days.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of my generation grew up watching that on constant reruns, and it had the best fucking theme song, dude.
It did.
It was still being shown on UK TV at the time because I remember playing.
Yeah. It's a great series. If you haven't checked it out, you should definitely
great
do so.
show.
No, I recommend checking out the original TV show. That one was actually
That's what we mean.
really
Well, that's what we're talking
done.
about.
That's what we're talking about, Chad. Thanks for playing.
Fuck, what you got? In your fucking
series. I want
ears.
to watch that
Yeah,
one.
thanks, Chrissy.
Dude, late 60s spy shows were fucking cool. The
I always loved
Avengers
when it went
was
to
cool.
the photographs, so
The
you
Man
knew who
from
was going to be in the
Uncle.
team.
The Man
this
from
week.
Uncle.
Yeah, the
Well, that movie's
photographs
good,
and
Get Smart.
and
Get
Leonard
Smart.
Nimoy
It's
would
so
get
good.
when Lemon Nimoy got put down, you'd be like, "Fuck yeah."
Gary,
each
do you-
individual
do you
character
watch-
had their specialty and their expertise, and he would pick them based on how they would help the mission.
Now it's just Haley Atwell's tits,
Okay, I'm all right with that.
With that.
which I am 100%
more of them
behind.
in
If it was 3 hours of Haley Atwell running like Tom Cruise, yes.
Oh.
It's just they store all the gear in her.
What's up, Ryan?
Like Mary Poppins' bag, she just keeps pulling stuff.
Did you see the part when they're on the ice? When they're on the ice, they're lined up, and everyone's just there. And he gets to Haley Atwell, and they're fucking tits.
Genuinely, I had a question. When her character in Dead Reckoning was, put on the mask to imitate the blonde, I was thinking, there's going to be two things that are going to
The silhouette, I will say.
There were
Ryan,
bindings.
you were going to ask me a question?
Disneyfied.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say. Did you watch the show? I think it was on Fox. I think it only went for one season. Human Target.
Yes.
the
Oh, that was
Yes, that was a good show, dude.
I fucking loved that.
Is that a
show.
comic?
Yeah,
Wasn't that a
yeah, it's
comic?
based on a
I
comic.
know.
It was
Yeah,
based
yeah.
on the comic loosely, but yes.
What was it? Guerrera. His introduction in that series is amazing.
It's
like
so-
when he's sitting in the coffee shop and these two big guys come up to try it, and he's like, "No, I will take your beating because that's all you're allowed to do. But I know where you live, and I will sneak into your houses and I will slit your entire family's throats while you sleep." And they just walk out.
Yes. No, this was back in the time. Like, imagine a show like that got canceled. Sarah Connor Chronicles, which is a good show, got fucking
Yeah, it's
canceled.
very good.
Firefly, but then we're getting 5 fucking seasons of Strange New Worlds and Star Trek. God, it's the darkest timeline.
Man, it
It
really,
really is. Counterpart got canceled. That was a fucking great show that nobody watched.
Well, it's money laundering nowadays, so
Yep.
it's all right.
Even Wheel of Time should never have gotten 3 seasons.
God, no.
Great, it's cancelled
No.
now, but the fact that that stretched on is bonkers.
Dude, we're past the days. They used to cancel shows mid first season. They wouldn't even let
Yes.
it finish its first fucking
Yeah.
season if it didn't.
Yeah, it's called
perform.
the CW.
Which
And
didn't
Fox.
which didn't make a
They
penny.
make anything in the Arrowverse have 9
like,
series
"Oh,
for
no,
no
this-
reason whatsoever.
This season cost us
Why did they let them
$24.
go
Shut
on
it
for
down.
so long?
Naomi, half a first season. Fucking Gotham Knights, half a first season. Is great stuff.
What were you saying, Chrissy?
Why did they let them go on for so much longer now?
Because they're
Vanity projects.
Yes.
Like what Gary
Incompetence.
said. Yeah. And
My
also,
Sorry, I
Vanity and
couldn't
vanity.
hear you over Odin.
Yeah, calm the fuck down.
But yes,
but-
Chrissy, vanity and ideology.
ideology, activism, it's got our representation. If they cancel it, oh no, all the people,
Wow.
saying you cancel it because of,
XYZ.
I think for Amazon as well, it's the separation of profit from viewership. So we've got all this money on the back end that's going to be from Amazon. And so they can spin the analytics 10 different ways to pretend that they've actually earned a load of money that they actually haven't from the viewership. Whereas when you're on TV, it's easy. Your ad revenue, whatever you can sell it for afterwards, that's it. And so it makes it a lot easier to judge.
Wow. That's crazy.
I judge the shit out of all of it.
Script for $10 says, "Hail! Hope everyone and Ryan's forehead is having a great Friday. Heading out soon to watch Final Reckoning, but wanted to ask, would the panel be okay with Haley continuing in Tom's place? Hail FNT."
No.
No,
Tom Cruise, you don't have Mission Impossible.
Yeah. Well, unless you've got a strong male lead.
And also, she's just not a good character.
You know what they might be trying to set
He's so
up?
pretty though.
Oh, so is Tom Cruise. He's pretty.
He's aging out of the role though.
But Rebecca Ferguson was like better. Like that was a good character that should never have gotten rid of. She was.
You know what they might be trying to set up? They might be trying to set up later down the track a renewal of the Mission Impossible TV series led by the new Mr. Phelps. They've got the new Mr. Phelps there waiting.
I thought that's what they were doing in this film when they said that, oh, I know your real name, and your real name's Jim Phelps. And I thought it was going to end with Jim Phelps heading up the team, and he'd be like, Ethan, this is your mission should you decide to accept it. And I thought that was going to be like a great little ending for it.
But the guy playing Jim Phelps Jr., is he? What's it? Well, I'm curious what his age is because I'm guessing Tom Cruise is older than him.
I think he is.
Yeah.
That's true. Was anyone thrown off by his hair? Like it was just like
being longer.
I didn't find anything wrong.
I'm bald and I get less
perfectly normal hair.
Forehead,
that guy's a good actor.
Man's got a style.
He's a good character actor.
Yeah.
If they did a good, fun Mission Impossible TV show where they're actually just doing like
doing Mission Impossible,
little
Mission Impossible
capers
stuff,
and schemes, and like that would be fun. That would be fun.
And you get to what TV should be. It's like a procedural. You do it every week. It's wrapped up the same week. You can have an overarching story of the series
instead of the binge method.
Oh, The Prisoner. I forgot about The Prisoner, too. That's technically a late 60s spy.
67.
Greatest
series.
One of the greatest, if not the greatest single season of television ever produced.
Yes,
so good.
It was funny that we just got like 5 minutes of random Russian bad guys in this. So, you know what I mean? That.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
what
yeah.
happened to them?
Yeah.
They vanished.
They just disappeared.
They ran out. They ran away. It would have been more interesting if they had to team up with the Russians to save the world in both of their
I thought they were setting up.
But I guess the Russians ran away. So we're probably it's so much warmer outside.
What I imagine is after they fucking escaped, the Russians went back to their sub and went to those fucking coordinates they'd intercepted.
Yeah.
That's
But I thought when they said there's only one sub in the area, and I was just like, it's going to be a Russian sub. So they're going to have to team up with the Russians to take him to the, and that's going to cause even more tension. But then again,
like the US sub and the Russian sub both have a particular component that they both need, or something like that, or because it's an old 2012 Russian sub that the Sevastopol is. So we have a modern
2012
Russian
is old now. Fuck,
I know. Crazy.
So I will say that when he fucking opens the door in the beginning of the diving sequence, and you see how fucking close that Russian sub is.
That was really cool.
Shot. And then, like, as he's fucking like trying to get out of the fucking way of it, and then sliding down the side and grabbing on before he fucking gets chopped at by the propeller. That shit was great.
It might look really impressive how close those submarines were together, but if the American sub stops and he gets rear-ended, then the Russians are getting a ticket for it because they should.
All Russian subs have cameras at the front, so that because you don't
auto-detect.
You don't know the you don't know the joke. Every Russian car has a fucking camera on its dashboard. They all have dashboard cams because
that's funny. Yeah,
because insurance fraud.
Dash cams for insurance fraud.
To film passing asteroids. That was where we had all the footage of that.
That's how we got it. Yeah, because they all had because the insurance fraud. Don't be hasty for $10. Says Avengers Doomsday and Dune are set to come out on the same day. The media is already trying to recreate Barbenheimer with Doomsday. Does anyone else think this double movie trend is desperate? I think Dune. Ryan brought it up earlier. I think Dune will move. Probably a couple weeks earlier. To Thanksgiving or something.
Either a few weeks earlier, or I mean, the last one came out in March, right? So
sit on it a little bit.
I just can't imagine Warner Brothers is going to feel okay. Regardless of the state of the MCU at the time, whatever, I can't imagine they're going to be okay with.
Why risk it?
Yeah, going up against.
And they're probably pissed.
You got enough.
They are probably so fucking pissed They are.
I would be.
Oh God, they got to be pissed. And now what do? Because they can't make a knee-jerk decision because Avengers Doomsday could get delayed again. So if Dune moves and then Doomsday gets delayed and then there's nothing, and that's what's been going on because they're not making enough stuff that's exciting right now. Like there's these long fucking droughts of fucking nothing, right? And it's what I was talking about earlier. It's because that mid-level stuff has gone to streaming. It's all gone to streaming now, and the shows, I've seen better streaming stuff this year than movies, like by fucking orders of magnitude better. Like better writing, better acting, better cinematography in a lot of cases, and it's not even close now. It's getting sad. And now the only thing you will be going to the movie for is a Lilo and Stitch and a live action Frozen and whatever stuff they can.
Hang on, isn't Karate Kid Legends coming out like soon?
So.
Oh, right.
Oh, is it October?
Not gonna do anything.
Is Johnny Lawrence in it? I don't give a fuck.
No. Yeah.
Go watch
Jackie Chan is
Jackie.
in it?
Yeah, Jackie Chan.
I like Jackie
Ralph
Chan.
Macchio.
But anytime he does action, he is a stunt double. It's stunt double, and it's like in the shadows. I've seen.
Oh shit! It's this week, this coming week.
Yeah, I thought it's like next week.
Up there, he's
Well, unfortunately, Tom Cruise set the bar a little high when it came to that sort of thing. So
there you go. I'll watch Cobra Kai again.
Yeah, they're going to be doing karate on a plane.
Well, they're going to be doing Kung Fu in the Karate Kid. So
I like how Shad's like
in a nuclear submarine. They're
in a nuclear submarine. Yes.
But fucking Shad's like Tom Cruise really aging out of that role for Mission Impossible. I mean, technically, yes, like because he's almost fucking 60. But what he's doing
62.
now in the shape
Look,
he's
you
in,
still got it. You still got it.
Fucking insane.
Yeah, he's in great shape.
No,
He can still get it.
No, he will do stuff the 30-year-old will not be able to do and won't do. No, his insanity. This guy's a fucking maniac, and it's great. It's fucking great that he's
fun to watch.
Complete
Most
maniac.
maniacs they don't film.
No.
Yeah. They should film more
They're
maniacs.
just on the streets of Atlanta or something.
Yeah,
It does feel like
most maniacs like that. The only thing they film is like when they're fucking killing somebody, so they can like
go
put it
look
on the
into.
TV and masturbate to
I
it
know it's
later.
the old timey silent era, but go look into Buster Keaton stunts.
Buster Keating is insane.
It was
dude.
fucking
Like,
insane.
Harold Lloyd,
Legends.
Buster Keaton, all of those are just phenomenal.
Like that's why Tom Cruise seems like one of the actual last real movie
He is.
stars who's
He.
really
It's
good.
not even debatable. There's a lot of good actors. There's a lot of good actors that star and stuff, but there's only one movie star left, and he's 62, and he's psychotic, and he's willing to die to entertain you. So I'm down.
If you eat 2 buckets of popcorn a day, you too can look like Tom Cruise when you're 60.
It was also I
Should have seen me at the
recently-
cinema yesterday, Ryan. It's fucking
Look,
impressive.
you're working on it, huh?
I only recently appreciated when everyone said that he was the one that saved cinemas in COVID, what they actually meant. And he did say that what he was doing was essentially went around to all the studios and lied to them.
He was
and
playing
played
them
off
against each other. Yes.
That, well,
Really?
we're making a
Yes.
movie, so then they started making a movie. Then he went back to his and told, well, all these people are making movies, so we need to make ours. And so just because everyone else did, they all started making up the rules and working together to get it done.
Yeah.
So
So
he genuinely
that's what
saved the
Spielberg
cinema
was
industry.
talking about when he said, because we just thought it was Top Gun Maverick. No, it was what he was doing behind the scenes to get things going, and he's almost singularly responsible for it, which is fucking insane.
that's
so good for him,
crazy.
dude. That's why support the guy all you want. If you want to go see the damn movie, go see the movie twice.
Go see it.
Yeah, go see
He
it.
should start doing the same thing that he did for himself, where he puts him in these giant stunts. Do that for another person. Do that for another star. Start raising their star.
But which star was willing to? They're all pussies now. He's like, oh, it's gonna be too hard.
Well, there's pussy, and then there's I'm gonna hang off a biplane at 10,000 feet by a fucking with no restraint or anything. I mean, come on.
Listen, if you had Tom Cruise on set with me and he was yelling, "Do it for the Vine," then I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Like, doing it, okay.
I would fucking do anything on a movie set like that. I'd
Anything,
fucking
Mr.
jump off
Cruise.
something crazy. I would do whatever. Tom Cruise is over there fucking cheering you on. You're like, fuck yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Jump off that building. There's a mattress
True,
down
he
there
can make the one
somewhere.
do
Oh,
things.
yes, Mr.
There's a
Cruise.
mattress. I don't think the mattress is going to help.
Yay, the
fucker broke his ankle doing a stunt.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, he
got
did.
up, climbed up the side of the building, continued to run so they could get the shot because he knew he was about to be
Badass.
crazy motherfucker,
Oh,
and
God.
good for him.
Cool.
Good for him.
Yeah.
And that's the take in the movie, and you can see his ankle.
You can see it. Yeah,
Oh,
you can
yeah,
see it.
yeah.
It's crazy.
See him limp away.
Dude, I had that happen to my
Well, as
ankle.
we
It's
say with
not
Buster
fun.
Keaton,
Oh.
he
Were you
broke
running
his
from the
neck
cops?
on
Yes.
film.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he did.
He was
Harrison
sliding
Ford
across
broke
the
his,
dirt on his neck. He legit broke it and just stood up and grabbed it and looked around. And then they said cut, and he said, "I don't feel so good."
I don't feel so good.
Aw.
Mr. Stark.
Yay, the vinyl solution for $19.99. As you keep talking about your relationship with Chat's mom, but you need to stop it. I don't care how many times you refer him or you affirm him or how many surgeries he's had. He will always be Chat's dad, and you need to accept that. You know,
Well,
Truth
I guess
or-
I'm becoming less inclusive.
right.
Chat's mom is a nice lady.
Chat's mom
I
is
like
generous. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Amen.
she's really nice.
Yeah.
She's really
They,
nice.
them.
Yeah. Bob. His name is Bob.
Dave.
Thunderstorm for $9.99. Maybe Hydra should have won. Yep.
You know,
Maybe they had a good point. You know,
They would have taken out a lot of scrolls.
it's all been
Nazi
kind of
cat
downhill
incoming.
since Hydra left. I mean, let's be real.
Really, yeah, it has been.
We are getting Nazi cap.
What's the biggest?
Yes, we are.
So my son always asks me random great questions. I get I don't hear from him for a day, and then I get a text of, "What is the MCU's most wasted
What's
villain,
this?
Dad?" And I'm like, Red Skull. 100% Red Skull. Red Skull is the
Yeah,
most
that's a
wasted
good
villain.
pick. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. could
Yeah.
be.
He's a top tier villain in the comics. You could have recast him easily. I mean, I liked what I forgot his name now. I like his version of it, but apparently he hated it. But yeah, Red Skull, what a waste. What a fucking waste. Every time Disparu says career, he says Korea.
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 My
That's how we
career is
pronounce words
ruined.
properly.
Superfly
North
1 2 3 4
or
for $2.
My special Korean barbecue
Korean barbecue
is over.
Angela Lopez for $10 says, "Hey guys, one question for everyone. What's your top 5 zombie movies? Mine are Resident Evil, World War Z, REC. What's REC? REC. Garrett, help me. You're young.
REC. That's a Resident Evil.
No, that's record. That's the
Oh,
the
it's
shot
Re-
on-
oh,
that's the
got-
shot on.
Oh yeah.
Camcorder
I've never
movie.
seen that
Okay,
one.
record.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Never
I've heard it's very,
Train to
very good.
Busan, which is great.
Ooh, yes.
28
Oh,
Days Later.
Rex. awesome.
Mine's Life Force, and it ends there.
Return of the Living Dead. Come
Return
on.
of the Living
Nine-
Dead.
What about
Return of the Living
Shaun
Dead
of
is
the Dead?
fantastic.
Return
What
of the Living
about-
Dead, without a
Night
doubt.
of the Living Dead.
Shaun of the
the
Dead.
Biden
Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead.
What was that, Chrissy?
What about the Biden administration?
It wasn't my favorite.
CNN
It's not my
4
favorite
years
zombie
straight.
movie. It's a zombie movie I could have
no.
done without actually.
Return
All of Us Are Dead is a TV series, but it's still.
Return to the Living Dead is the GOAT. Okay. The 80s
Really
movie
is.
with the
It
punk
is.
rock
So
soundtrack,
good.
45 Grave. Fuck yeah. Like, that is
Yeah.
the
I
GOAT.
mean,
Yeah,
like
it's
it would be like
Tar-
28
Tar
days later
Zombie,
and Train to
bro?
Busan for me, I think.
Train to
I'd have
Busan is
really sit
fucking
down and
awesome.
watch it. It's so
Train to
good.
Busan's
That is
good.
awesome. That would
What's the
probably
one-
be my favorite modern one.
What's the one where they're on top of the building and there's zombies?
Oh, King Kong.
No. and they they're shooting them.
Dawn of the Dead, Zack Snyder,
Yeah.
Maybe.
maybe.
That's a pretty good one. I mean,
And they
I don't know
like
about top
trying to
five.
get
It's a
into
good
the
one.
It is good.
supermarket.
James Gunn, Zack Snyder. Yeah.
James Gunn and Zack
Someone
Snyder's Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead's James Gunn.
Someone needs to make a zombie movie based in the medieval period because it's a world set up
Yeah,
to fight
do it.
zombies
Make it a
really,
game.
really
During the
well,
plague, man,
and-
that'd be perfect.
and call it Night of the Dead.
Oh!
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I think you have an idea there.
Shad, you know what you should have done? Not said anything, wrote that down, made a story, trademark it, and then said something.
I'm writing out so many other things. I won't have time to get to
You
that.
do
All
have
right.
Kingdom, which isn't like it's a similar time
Yes.
period, but like Japanese.
It's good. It's good. Yeah, I like Kingdom. It's a good show.
Mr. Blue Sky for $20 says, "What's up, everyone? Just wanted to say, hope you all have a great Memorial Day weekend." That's right. Everybody have a great Memorial Day weekend this weekend. To all of you who are in the States. Also, I petition to have Gary lead every time I super chat with Mr. Blue Sky. Great song, by the way. Hail. I kind of said that every time. I just skipped it this time. It's a fucking wonderful song by ELO. I love ELO.
Yeah, Out of the Blue. Yeah, it's one of their best.
Fucking A. Good stuff. I was listening to that in the gym the other day. It's a happy little song, Mr. Blue Sky.
Ooh, the gym.
Yeah, part of Concerto for a Rainy Day. Yeah.
This is why you're here, Rags. That's why you're here. Just want to let you know. Jeff up north.
Don't worry, I can like old things.
Yeah. Some old things are good. I like some new shit, like once in a while. Jeff up north for $1.99. Hail panel chat and happy birthday, Quarter Black Garrett.
Hey.
Oh, that's right.
Hey.
Happy birthday.
Good job, you did it.
Are you
The
40?
age of our Lord, yes.
You're 40?
45.
Wow.
You're 45.
He's like 28.
He's not 45. Shut the fuck up.
No, 33.
Jesus was like 30.
Oh my God, you're a
32,
Mason.
Right? When he
was
got
33 when he
Ooh.
died.
He was
age
33?
Jesus died.
33.
You're 33 and a third, Mason.
Yeah.
Think of how little you've accomplished.
Yeah.
You know?
I know, right? I'm not even the Lord.
Yeah.
Hey, not with that attitude.
Yeah, people can prove you exist though.
I can't even remember when I was 33.
Back
Marty.
in the mean streets
Yeah,
of Jerusalem.
Gary, that's because you're fucked off your head.
Because it was yesterday.
Because
Young at heart. That's what's important. Like Tom
further than
Cruise.
yesterday.
yes. Marty for $4.99 says, "Just saw Thunderbolts. I think a great film series would be Bucky and Walker as Cap and U.S. Agent working through their differences as they take down Hydra." That sounds fucking awesome. Sign me up.
I mean,
Take my
obviously,
money.
more John Walker. I want. I just want them to write him well.
Yes.
And not treat him like this punching bag loser villain when he's actually really interesting.
So stupid.
What helps is Wyatt Russell is a good actor.
He is.
Yeah.
He's a good
He's
actor.
fantastic.
Yeah. And
And it would be nice to
It
do
just-
a project that maybe Sebastian Stan gave a fuck about.
yes.
Like, which clearly
Yeah.
Thunderbolts was not.
We are
that.
which is not the Thunderbolts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul Stromby for $19.99. Happy Memorial Day, everyone. I'm very privileged to have served with heroes. Don't forget to be thankful this Memorial Day weekend for the good life we have. Hail, brother. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding us. Albert, not a retro, is going to come in with his Canadian nationalism now. I'm just kidding. What's up, brother? How you doing? For 20 Canadian pesos, you mentioned Me Too during the Weinstein segment on the Nooner. My vid, Don't Take My Word for It, Sexual Assault on the North Country set, is about the how Charlize Theron and director Nikki Caro bragged about harassing men. Yes, but it only works one way, Albert. You know that.
Yes.
And
At least Theron could have harassed me on set. I wouldn't have said a thing.
It's pronounced Theron.
Theron.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it?
Wait,
Is it
she's gonna
John?
be there on my dick.
So it's Charlize Theron.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Theron.
keep saying Theron. I don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah, because she's the one that corrected people, so keep saying Theron.
I'm gonna say Theron.
Theron?
I still
Yeah,
do that.
she was.
Wait, I have a question. Is it
was
Giancarlo Esposito or is it Giancarlo Esposito? Because I know he's like half Spanish, half Italian. So
Yeah,
which
you
way
don't know.
does it go?
The answer is yes.
Charlize Theron. She was in Devil's Advocate, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She was hot in Devil's Advocate.
Keanu Reeves' wife.
She's obnoxious, and now she adopts kids to trans them.
Oh,
Yeah.
such a
So-
shame.
And the guy
Uh,
goes, why doesn't a man want to step up and be with me?
Oh,
Probably
hey,
'cause you're a
I want to
fucking
point out
psycho.
something. Breaking news.
Oh.
It has been 1 year since Furiosa flopped.
Oh,
I know somebody that's going to be losing their mind.
A movie I liked, by the way.
I heard it was okay.
I liked it. I thought it was
Ballerina, the next
didn't-
Furiosa.
I hated it.
Was not a fan of it.
Ballerina, apparently, I don't know if you guys saw this. There's some for their reactions to the movie or social media embargo. There's different things. One is a date that it's acceptable to post your reviews. if you're saying positive things
Oh,
about it.
shit.
And then the other one is if you have like full reviews, critiques, blah, blah,
I'll
blah.
pull that
there's a
up for you,
different
Garrett.
Oh shit.
Eric
So,
Weber
like,
tweeted that out.
You know what? Fuck. At least they're being real about it.
They're honest.
Straight up saying it.
You gotta wait for the negative reviews.
What the fuck's going on with Twitter's still fucked, isn't it?
And YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube's fucked as well.
Is it? Is YouTube?
Yeah, the analytics.
The analytics.
Because
the
another one of
anal
Elon's
sex
baby mamas
is
was going to
fucked.
leak his nudes, so
Yeah.
he just nuked
Well, there was
the
a-
entire fucking
I can't
site.
search it, but Eric
Apparently
Weber.
there was a fire or something like that.
Where?
one data center, but that shouldn't take out like
the
DMs.
entire site.
All right,
Like,
here we
it
go.
should
This
just
is
switch,
it.
shift the load to another.
Did you find it, Ryan? Thank you.
Yeah, I found it from Sean Chandler, but I know this is specifically for Ballerina, I believe.
Yes.
We encourage spoiler-free enthusiasm.
Wow.
Across social
Same thing
starting
with
May
Friday Night
22nd.
Tights. We encourage enthusiasm.
Yeah, listen to this, everybody.
If you're planning to review the film, critical social sentiment and formal reviews are embargoed until Wednesday, June 4th at 3 p.m. Pacific time.
Wow.
That is a big gap as well.
That is May
Wow.
22nd to June 4th.
They're just saying it now.
Yeah.
If you're positive, you can say something. If not,
It's
shut the
shit.
fuck up.
So don't talk about it, please.
Do not.
I'm
I
gonna
just don't
watch
think
it.
a lot
I'm
of
gonna
people are
watch
gonna
the
care.
fucking movie. I like the John Wick movies, and I
gonna
like
watch it.
I like What's Her Nuts, Anna de Armas.
just
I'm not
weird.
expecting
You just got you got Az's attention when you said "What's her nuts."
Oh, really? Tell me more.
So Anna de Armas, she's fucking hot, but yeah, I can't see this movie doing like super well, but maybe that's me.
Fucking Latino.
No one
with
cared about the spin-off
tattoos,
series.
I'm fucking in. Let's fucking.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
watch
fucking
it.
hell! I even
See what
forgot
happens.
that came out.
Mm-hmm.
What?
It was like the prequel TV
The Royale
series.
or whatever.
No one.
Oh
cared
yeah,
about.
yeah. It was not good.
Continental?
Yeah, the Continental was not good. I couldn't
Sorry,
get
I
past
had
the
burgers
first
on my
That's what I
mind.
thought was good. The rest of it was garbage.
Oh, that matches what happened to the John Wick movies. The first one was great, and the rest were garbage.
Oh,
Hey.
shots fired. Spartan Gaming for $1.99 for Rags. Which Dead Space is your favorite?
The Dead Space remake is my favorite.
Really?
Unless we're talking about the 1991 Bryan Cranston movie, in which case, obviously, it's that one. We actually didn't have any copyright problems with that when we uploaded our EFAT movies watch of it, and I can believe no one wanted to claim credit for it. But I never played the ones on Wii, the ones on the rail shooter. I forget what they were called. Dead Space Extraction, I think. I never played that one, but I think of the main Dead Space games, it's the Dead Space remake. It's a fucking fantastic game. Highly recommend.
My
yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3 in the remake.
My favorite Dead Space is between Az's ears.
Mine is between my legs.
Have you seen this?
Gary's is between his fucking his drug taking. Between his eyes. That's Gary's Dead
I
Space.
took my drugs between my eyes, dude. I
Your
snorted.
eyes, you fucking deaf twat.
What?
Your eyes.
What?
Not your eyes. H. Ha.
Korea.
Oh, between my highs? I can't understand through your fucking British jargon.
I thought you were taking the piss out of him, not that you genuinely didn't know what he was saying.
I'm going deaf.
I thought you were
What?
also joking. That you couldn't
Young at heart.
understand him.
I was going to say, there was no between highs with me, brother. I was
I've
just
been drunk
fucking
once in my
high.
life.
Yeah.
25 years.
Yeah.
What, Gary, share this.
Snorting meth through my vampiric nostril.
I just put that up.
What the fuck is that?
Thanks for participating. We already looked
I
at
just
this
put that
meme.
up.
Yeah.
We just looked at it.
Yeah, I'm kind of done.
So
Christ.
nice, had to show it twice.
I don't know why anybody watches this show.
It's remarkably like an Alf with a top picture. Though.
We've been saying this for years.
Gary, people found Jeremy. Found out what he's doing.
To the gay bar. We can't have this.
I gotta take you to a
Gay bar. to the gay bar. Gay bar.
Let's
I
start
got
a
something.
war.
Start a nuclear war.
That is the least gay thing I've seen Jeremy.
That's actually a really good song, by the way.
It is a really good
It's a good song.
The music video is like
Electric,
insane.
The music, yeah, it's a fucking
Dude, a bunch of Abraham Lincolns.
Abraham Lincoln's working out without shirts on.
Wild. So good.
I've got something to put in
You at the gay bar. Gay bar.
Gay bar.
Van Re-
Is it Electric Blue or something?
Electric Six.
Electric Six.
Electric Six.
Electric Blue.
Because they also have the other one that goes, Fire
nice
the
rags.
Disco.
Wasn't Electric Blue like soft-core porn in the
Oh
80s?
no.
Electric Six. Yeah, they worked with what's his
It's
fuck
a
from
song
White
by
Stripes.
Ice House.
Oh.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Electric Blue.
Electric Blue.
They played
It's
it
a
on
great song.
Yeah, they played it on 91X all the time
Jack
in
White.
like
They worked with Jack White.
1983. Jack White. Who's a fucking idiot.
Yeah. So
but
talented, but so
talented, dude.
Yeah.
I saw the White Stripes play on their last tour at Coachella, and they were fucking great. They were great. Really good. But he's a dipshit. Van Reef Man for 10 Canadian pesos. Been in Europe for the last 6 weeks and didn't start Andor Season 2. Is it worth the watch? P.S.
Yes.
When the F did Az crawl back?
More than... Fuck off.
I would say for the Empire stuff alone, it is worth the watch. Yes.
If you liked Andor Season 1, you'll like Andor Season 2. If you didn't like Season 1, you won't like Season 2.
If you thought it was incredibly boring Season 1, you'll find the same thing in Season 2.
Yeah.
Rag says yes. I give a mild yes.
Absolutely.
Shad and Odin say no. What does Garrett say?
No.
What does Ryan?
Fuck Star Wars. Fuck Disney Star Wars.
Oh, hey, X-Ray Girl's back.
Hi.
What is X-Ray Girl
There's
thing?
space.
Andor.
X-ray. Good.
Where's your Dead Space, X-Ray Girl?
No comment.
That's a worse answer. You should actually answer something.
In my belly button. Okay.
What?
Oh, it's the hole in my heart where Mission Impossible used to be.
Nick Meshavina?
Easy.
You where? Old?
Steady.
Guys,
Steady.
I hold on Nick all the time now. I just automatically go Nicholas. Mashavina for $9.99 says, "Happy Friday, y'all. Thanks for making life a pleasure." The other day, the South African president looked like Az and said, "Diplomatic immunity." Presented with a picture of man tits sweating bullets Godspeed. Dude, the look on his face
So funny.
was so fucking funny. So fucking funny.
Like, hold on, let me bring this up. Beep, beep.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Whoa.
Pull that up, Jamie.
Yeah, Trump did pull that up, Jamie. He did.
He really did.
Oh, it was so good to see
that
because
was-
they've been denying it, and the president specifically. So, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they're still doing it. The media's still doing that crap.
We're not genociding right at this moment in time. We're not genociding just today, tomorrow maybe. We're not genociding this week.
Josh Kelsey for $19.99. He just makes a donation and walks away because that's what Josh does. Dr. Quagsire? Not Quagmire, but Quagsire. For
Oh, is that a Pokemon?
Sounds like one.
Is that one of them? Is that one of those
Quagsire is a
Pokemon?
Pokemon.
Yes, I knew it.
Water.
Yeah.
I could tell.
This is a PSA. Warn people of the terrible Lilo and Stitch movies. So many changes, unnecessary padding to make the movie longer, and that ending spits at the original. Fuck Disney. Never give them a chance again.
Yeah, she goes to college instead of staying to take care of her sister.
What?
Yeah.
What, really?
Really?
What?
Wait, Lonnie fucks off?
No.
She's
Now
like,
they try to play it in the,
"Bye, I'm
oh,
getting
don't worry.
education."
You know, we're a family, we're a community, so we'll raise her, and then you can go off and live your
Oh,
dream.
fuck off.
She's like, Ohana means degree, bitch.
Well, I'm not seeing that movie now.
Fuck that.
Sorry, spoiler
Jeez.
warning, I guess, but you know.
Oh, I'm glad I know.
Yeah, I'm glad you said something.
There's been quite the drama.
More important.
Gosh.
The quarter
just ruined that
Not
movie.
surprised.
The quartering says balls. That's what the quartering said. That's
thank
his
you.
contribution.
Thank you, Corey.
Actually, that was better than most of my co-hosts' contribution today. So thank you, quartering.
Hey, you just wanted to come on here and say balls. I
I'm just going to take that personally.
I hope you do.
Balls. Gary, remember this one 80s song?
Testicles.
Balls.
Unless it's a supernatural reference.
Balls. Take a shot every time Nerdrotic says Mobland. Mobland, 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 Mobland,
Right,
Mobland,
there's 5
Mobland.
alcoholics in the audience which have now fallen off the wagon now, Gary.
Now say balls.
A man was found dead in his mom's basement after.
Hey,
Friday Night Giants was on the screen.
That could be anyone.
if you survive, there's a seat ready for you. I can take you to a meeting. It's all right. It's all good.
Sounds like you're recruiting.
And went
You're
full-
causing the problem so you can solve it.
He's creating a
I'm
problem.
always recruiting for
Putting together
AA.
a team.
Come to the
You're not
light.
supposed
Be
to cause the
sober.
problem.
Being sober is
It's not like-
based. Okay, being
Putting
sober is
together a
based.
team of ex-alcoholics.
100%, Gary. I'm on.
It's like
Also
your ambition
saves
is to get
money.
the biggest one in the country.
It saves money. It saves your life. I mean, you know, like look at my co-hosts. Don't drink alcohol.
barely
I ain't touched alcohol with you in a half.
Look at me. I've quit for over a decade, and I look fucking awful. You should like not touch drugs and alcohol.
I thought you were going to say, so you should just
Quitter.
commit.
Yeah, just commit to the bit.
You're
like the
I look
commercial.
terrible, so just
You're like the-
fucking commit.
You're like the commercial back in the day where it's like, this is your brain on drugs.
Yep.
And your whole life.
It's just Gary trying to read super chats.
PSA.
Nicholas.
Nicholas
Happy birthday, Nick. Ooh.
went full retard for $2 Australian. Says Gary, I'm not watching Mobland in spite. You know, there's always one.
Wow.
That's what Ryan pretty much. Anytime Jeremy suggests a show to Ryan, he won't watch it out of spite. Sons of Anarchy.
Usually that's
You
a
get
good
so
movie.
excessive with it. I'm just gonna do it out of spite. Fuck you. I'm not watching that shit. Like he wants me to watch Interstellar or whatever.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I'll never watch. And you know what? Even if I
terrible
do, I'm never gonna tell him.
Never tell him. Never tell him.
It's so boring.
Watch it and just don't tell him.
For all we know, you could have already have watched
movie.
it.
Yeah, terrible movie.
No.
It's got one good scene. One good
If he turns his camera, it's just Interstellar merch around the rest of his room.
Is the one good scene where he just fucks off to get laid? At the
No,
end.
it's when he's crying. That's it.
No, dude, that's not a good scene. That's a
a
meme.
good scene.
That's a good meme. That is.
That's a good scene.
That's
The
a
rest
really
of the
good
movie's
scene. He's
trash.
a very talented actor. It's just like
That's
the
it.
circumstances of how that scene came to happen make no sense.
None
And
whatsoever.
It's poorly written. But I mean, the acting was really good. But
That's
hey, if
it.
you have a good acting and a great soundtrack, you can fool a lot of people.
Yep. Hey, you want to see Matthew McConaughey good? Watch True Detective
Gentlemen.
Season 1. True. The
Forrest
Gentleman.
Gentleman.
True
The movie,
Detective
yeah,
Season
hell yeah.
1 is his best performance ever. Period. It's a great show.
Really, yeah.
The first season. Next season's not so much. The Gentleman movie's pretty good. I like it.
Yes.
It's brilliant.
Yeah. The Mr.
It's
Rich.
brilliant.
Hugh Grant, one of the best performances.
He's
of
so
the-
good in that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know who knew that Hugh could play a scummy piece of shit so well?
When Charlie Hutt just goes, "No, I'm gonna fuck off to bed." He goes,
Yeah.
"Raymond, can I join you?" No.
It kind of also restarted his career in a lot of ways because every performance since then has just been like awesome.
Yeah.
Mr. Rich Lowpitch for $20 says, went to Motor City Comic Con last weekend. It was a good time. I was disappointed I didn't get to see Jeremy Renner speak, though. I really wanted to ask him how he plans on winning his MMA belt back from Snowplow. Oh, hail FNT.
Oh, Snowplow?
Snowplow. Did I say plow?
Snowplow.
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 The Snowplow beat him. And he almost fucking died. Like go watch his Joe Rogan interview. It's really fucking good. Griff Nizzle for $20. Also, with all the recaps and flashbacks, did they even mention Brant once? Hashtag justice for Jeremy. Was he in a flashback?
I didn't see him.
I didn't see him. Jeremy
Sorry,
Renner's,
who?
Jeremy Renner's.
No, I didn't see him in a flashback at all.
He had to be.
There may have been like 1 second in some of those things that they were like flying
like the flash.
through. Yeah,
maybe
like on the Burj Khalifa scene, maybe.
I'd be surprised if he wasn't in the intro as well, because there was loads of the past movies in those.
All right. Az has to bounce.
Yes, sir.
Fucking bounce. What do you got coming up?
Get
out of here, man.
I'm never going to stop feeling loved, Saints and Sinners, Rippaverse.com. Go there, please support Saints and Sinners. Myself and Mauler making our writing debut. Also, stories from Drunk 3PO, Critical Drinker, Saska Sisters, Eric July as well. It's an anthology book, 6 stories, 15 pages each a story. It's available now. We've gone over $200,000 in 10 days, and we've sold 5,700 plus books, 5,800 books now. So please,
you're doing better than Marvel, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's off to a great start. So please, if we can keep as much momentum going, that would be fantastic. There's still, you got plenty of time. You got 56 days, so you got plenty of time in case you need to put together some pennies. But please support that. Other than that, Real BBC Tuesday on Gary's channel, where he'll say Mobland. And then I've got afternoon tea on Sunday and Sunday Fun Day on Sunday. And I Mission Impossible is not bad. It's not bad at all. Don't let Gary put you off. It's way worse than it's way better.
It's way worse.
It's way better than
it's worse. It's worse than number 2. You got it right the first time.
No,
it's worth supporting. That's what I think.
And best supporting bra to Haley Atwell.
Yep.
Yep. They should have swapped scenes for her and Palm, whatever the fuck her name is, the Asian girl.
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved to see Haley Atwell
Klimdikoff or something like
braless in that prison in the opening.
Yep. Mantis, she ain't bad looking. Mantis is all right, but she's no Haley Atwell.
No, she's not. Still look pretty hot though.
Yeah. Wes for $20. Thanks for today. I'm on the river fishing for salmon and crab, getting a tan and watching FNT. That's awesome. Hale, what a great day. Loves to Shad and Garrett. Loves.
Wow. Fine.
Fuck us, I guess. I mean,
it's very specific.
Okay, our feelings aren't hurt.
It's a family man. Shad and Garrett. That's it.
Yep.
Andre C28 for $19.99. What are your thoughts on Star Turk? Star Turk? No, it says Turk. It says Turk.
I don't know what that is.
Turkish is like a Turkish ripoff.
I hope so.
I've never been to a Turkish prison. Is there a Star? Is that a typo, or is there a Turkish
Probably
Star
Trek.
Trek? Yeah.
It's probably Trek.
My thoughts on Star Trek: one of the greatest shows ever made. Yeah, one of the greatest shows ever made up to a certain point, and then it stopped.
It did.
Yes.
I did change my opinion on Enterprise, though. I hated that series when it first released, and now I really
same
like
here.
it.
Same here.
Enterprise tried. It tried, and
have you rewatched it recently, though? Well, not recently. I mean, past. Okay.
It's okay for me.
It improved over not gonna say over the years, but as the seasons went on, it got better.
Yeah, I definitely learned to appreciate it more.
Yeah.
There is apparently a Turkish Star Trek 1973 Turkish cult comedy science fiction film featuring a Turkish hobo who's beamed aboard the Starship Enterprise.
Oh my God! Find a video for that.
I want to watch that.
Find a video.
Hobo.
Find it. Griff Nizzle for 20 says, if you want evil AI done right, watch Colossus: The Forbidden Project. Great movie. Skynet, long before Skynet and smarter. Yes.
Also, Person of Interest. Just watch it. It's an amazing series.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Hell yes.
Jesus solving crimes, man.
And it's one of the few series that gets better every series as it goes along.
Yep.
And they handle AI actually brilliantly.
Yeah.
I think it's the gold standard. I much would have preferred Mission Impossible to watch that and just copy it and move it into their universe.
Yep. No, it starts out procedural and just gets better. It's a good show.
And it's got a lot of Buffy characters and stuff.
Yes, it does.
Root, yeah.
Oh my God! Don't even mention Buffy right now. Fucking
yeah.
fuck.
Oh, because
I need more information before I judge that.
Or whatever.
I'm okay with the casting.
The casting's fine, but Joss Whedon's not there. I mean, I don't think you need any more information than that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Or anybody really from his team, like any of the major players from his team. If Stephen DeKnight came in, that would have been fine. But yeah, it's Sarah Michelle Gellar's Buffy, and it's going to be her response.
How ideological is she nowadays?
She is. It will
Probably
be her. It will be her response to Joss Whedon. It will 100% be.
Oh no.
Okay. And the director for the pilot of the reboot is Chloe Zhao.
Chloe Zhao.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Really?
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh.
So it'll be great.
I mean, great.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, listen, Disparu Mahler's
Oh, the
super
Eternals.
excited about this show.
I bet he is.
Yeah, Mahler was professing his excitement to me about this show. The casting video is not. I like it. It's very wholesome.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like I thought that was really cool. But so was the casting video for Iman Vellani when she got Miss Marvel. That was like a really cool video. Watching her get the job, and turns out she cares more about comics than Marvel does. So I give her credit for that. I missed Tom Cruise in Dallas yesterday, but what a class act. He will be remembered 100 years from now because he has the balls to meet fans and the humility to be grateful, while people like Mark Ruffalo will be forgotten. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really simple thing to do. You can have your fucking politics all day fucking long, but just understand that you're representing a business and you want the most people, especially making a Mission Impossible movie or a tentpole movie. You don't want to divide your audience. You want to celebrate. This is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be fun, and they just don't know how to fucking do it. And Tom Cruise is out there setting this example everywhere, right? And I guarantee you his movie's doing a little bit better because he's going out shaking hands and he's meeting people.
I want him to succeed.
I didn't like this movie. I hope it makes a fucking $1 billion because I like Tom Cruise. So like, I think we need to support that.
Yeah. And Michael Jordan had it right. You know, even Republicans buy shoes.
Yes.
That's the thing that a lot of these companies have forgotten.
It's also Tom Cruise. He will always talk about you need to know the lenses, you need to know other things, you need to watch loads of stuff so you can improve your work individually.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas a lot of the others is like, no, it's the audience's job to watch it. You have to support me because of what I am.
Yeah. In fact, if they don't watch and like it, they're bigots. It's their fault.
Okay.
Well, look at Millie Gibson with
accept
Doctor
your
Who.
terms at this point.
Just get over it and watch it.
Yeah.
I get called a
How are we on
bigot for what I
time,
don't
X-Ray
watch,
Girl?
So I might as well
Oh,
say
I
my
saw
money.
it. Okay, I missed that. Oh shit, here we go.
This is a real Turkish Star Trek.
Bu gezegende hiçbir şey sizi şaşırtmamalı. Hem Doktor Karam'ın bir zamanlar sizden nişanlı olduğunu unutsanız.
It's already better than Kurtzman Trek.
What's in the background doing?
What is this guy doing?
What's going on? This guy's just like
T-posing. Yeah, he's T-posing in the background.
Someone.
Wow.
It kind of fits the OG, original series.
He hasn't loaded in yet.
He's got Unreal.
So that's the hobo.
They're going to.
Wow.
They're going to a bunch of
Great.
hit play. I'm curious.
Oh, he's got Canadian.
He's still T-posing.
Ya sıkıldım be. Akşama kadar dolaştıracak mısın beni böyle ya?
It's like Turkish Star Wars.
I mean, it beats a
Acayip
quarry.
mahlukat.
Why is he wearing Speedo?
Abicim
funny.
Allah gönderdi seni ya bu herifin elinde. Ya ben neredeyim şimdi affedersin? Galaksinin en büyük gezegenindesin. Yani burası şimdi Kasımpaşa'ya.
Fascinating.
Too much.
Okay.
Fascinating.
Fascinating.
Stands like a strong
Fascinating,
man.
Captain.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a Turkish Star Wars as well.
Yes, there is.
You guys
There's
should know about
Turkish
that.
Spider-Man,
I
and
didn't know this. I didn't know.
Oh, wow.
It's like the Russian Lord of the Rings.
which is nightmare fuel.
It is. It really is.
I mean, there's a Bosnian Little Stewart, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's not very good. It's not great.
Griff Dizzle for 20. People forgot Jackie Chan gave Tom Cruise shit for the CGI stunts in Mission Impossible 1. Pretty sure that hurt Tom's ego and explains the later stunt craziness. Maybe. I would believe that Tom Cruise would take that criticism and go, okay, motherfucker.
Too hard, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll one up you.
Magnum
Who
Norse.
needs a stunt double now?
Magnum Norris for $20. Thank God the rape gangs have stopped ravaging Wheel of Time.
Accurate.
Very accurate.
Damage done, though. I don't think we're ever going to get a good Wheel
Well,
of
I
Time.
mean, I don't like Star Wars, but I don't know if I want to see it, that happen to it.
If Wheel of Time doesn't get ever made again, but Rafe also never works again, I'm okay with that.
You're okay with it because you can read the books.
Destroys his career.
Yeah.
Acceptable losses.
I want to make that a term. Like Wheel of Time got rafed, and that's the term when any adaptation gets totally bastardized.
I don't want them to adapt Tolkien ever again. I want a moratorium on it forever. Just leave it alone. You can't do it. It can't be done. Nobody cares enough. Fuck them. Just read the books. Inspector for $19.99. At this point, we're not getting Spider-Man 2099, House of M, Secret Wars 1 and 2, The Infinity Crusade, World War Hulk, Siege, X-Men, and The Avengers, Annihilation. I'll add one there. We're not getting Annihilation. King in Black, Maximum Carnage, Contest of Champions, and the Defenders movies, or the real Defenders. You're right. That's all great shit that they just, that would be really fun. But no, we need America Chavez and fucking Shang-Chi, Simu Liu in a fucking Avengers movie. Good luck. Sean Roberts for $10. When Stallone did Driven in 2001, he wanted that film based in F1, but due to logistics, chose then the named Kart Series. I'm getting Driven vibes from F1 trailer, just with better cinematography. I'm still going to see F1.
Oh, I'm so excited for it. I'm going to get the D-box seats because they did the trailer with the motion as if you're in the car. And
nice.
It's so fun.
I just love the whole team behind the film. That's what gives me all the hope.
Yeah, it's the Top Gun Maverick team. So Griff Nizzle for 20 says, I'd have sympathy for Gilroy, except that comic sounds like a much better storyline than stealing the tie that went nowhere. Could have done K2SO storyline in it instead, and it would have fit great. Yeah, there wasn't enough K2SO. He's actually
he should have been introduced at the very beginning of the season.
Bruno
Anyone deserves a show. It's him, not Andor.
Bruno Champagne for 20 Canadian pesos. Any of you have seen the TV show Keen Eddie from 2003? It was canceled after season 1
on DVD.
But gave a lot of Guy Ritchie vibes. It was a great reviews, but was probably too soon for its time. Many were back then.
It was. And the other thing, too, that killed the show is that it was shown out of order. And you also had the writer strike going on, and it ended up getting replaced by, I think it was like Paradise Hotel. But it was a great series. If you have not seen it, highly recommend it.
Oh, so it kind of got the Firefly treatment.
Yes, it did.
Order.
What network was it? It was
on Fox.
The guy
of
from
course.
Diamond Targets, man.
Of course. All right, we're gonna wrap it up there. We're gonna go over to Rumble. Thanks to everyone. We'll get the rest of these on Monday on Nerdrotic Live and Rumble. Thank you all for donating. Thank you for super chatting. Thanks to the Modrotics for being here. Thanks to everyone who participated, or if you were just a lurker, which is actually most of you.
Nice.
Which is most of you. Thank you.
That's me.
Thank you for lurking. Yes, even Rags. Even Rags. We will see you next week where we'll have more stuff to talk. What are we going to even talk about next week? Well, something dumb will happen in Hollywood.
Oh, absolutely.
Karate Kid will be out by that time, won't it?
Kung Fu
no
Kid.
one cares. Am I the only one that cares? I'm going to watch Cobra Kai.
I'll watch Cobra Kai again. I'll just watch Cobra Kai again.
It doesn't connect to Cobra Kai. It's like vaguely connected just because Johnny Lawrence is. I've heard that it's not like a continuation of the show, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Just watch the show.
Daniel LaRusso exists, but
Right.
I don't think there's going to be any fucking connecting tethers for
who cares?
whatever.
No, I doubt his wife will even be in it. He'll just be called in a room and then have to go somewhere. It'll be weird.
He'll be in the dojo.
All right, so we'll see you over on Rumble. Thanks everybody on YouTube. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Talk about Harvey Weinstein.
Here they come and the crowd cannot wait. Oh, hail Friday Night Lights. I apologize cause I'm probably late. Oh, hail Friday Night Lights. Radical
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.